2025, and we are coming to you live this morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
You just make it way uncomfortable, man.
Well,
What
listen,
happened?
Gio walked in. It's very Pavlovian. I hear the music. I am waiting for the door to open. Gio has coffee, and he came in, and I saw it, and I looked at the coffee. Not you, Gio. I looked at the coffee, and I said, "Come to daddy."
Oh, no.
You were, but I felt like we were locking eyes.
Yeah.
When you said "come to daddy."
Yeah, and I said it sexually.
Yeah.
Also, if you're within like 6 feet of him, don't say come to daddy. Like that's, yeah.
And my response was, "Please don't ever say it to me again."
Yeah. Oh, that's rough.
And I
You should
said,
go to HR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I think it's pretty presumptuous of you that I was talking to you and not the delicious khaki-colored coffee that was in your hand.
Carmen, how do I set up one of those folders to save all the stuff that people say?
I
Yeah.
got you.
Okay, thank you.
By the way, I have a folder already, and it has Carmen's burp in it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I was very offended.
Carmen's burp doesn't get her
Yeah.
fired.
I got that in a folder too.
Yeah.
Carmen, you know what sucks?
What?
Is that the video doesn't line up with the burp,
Right.
and it almost looks fake. And I know it wasn't, and
Yeah.
none of us care enough to match the video with the audio. But I mean, it's still pretty good.
yeah.
Maybe we find a video guy, see if they can do
Oh,
that.
great idea.
Like a real
Wouldn't that be something?
Joe's a
Put it to a
great
vote.
idea.
Yep, I'd vote for it.
I know a garbage guy that we'd be able to do video.
Oh.
Maybe good.
Is today can day? No, it's tomorrow.
No, that's tomorrow.
Sorry. Oh, I don't even know where to start. I have some sort of not breaking news, but new news.
Okay.
My weekend's plans have changed.
Oh, no more
No more Winter Haven.
Winter Haven?
Winter Haven out.
Winter Haven out.
Wow.
I would imagine anything you're about to say is going to be better than Winter Haven. Even if you're
Yeah.
like, I have to go to the podiatrist and get my feet checked.
I did get a couple of messages like, "Hey, I live in Winter Haven."
So did I. And people are like, if you're looking for spots to eat in Winter Haven, I'm like, I want to get in and out as fast as possible.
There's an Arby's.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nice to live there, but if you're stuck there for a weekend, it's not great.
Well, the worst part about it was I don't want to go to those stupid volleyball games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then, first of all, I'm going to be the fat dad who broke the chair. Oh, he came all the way to Winter Haven. Going to break a chair in Winter Haven now.
That guy again.
And I you know what's
Get your own
funny?
chair.
I went through high school, maybe not through high school, but through grade school, and all through my little chubby life as embarrassed as a kid. Not necessarily for being chubby, but for other things, you know, whatever. I have none of that now. I couldn't care less. I broke it. I sat in a chair and broke it in front of 700 people, and I just got up and was like, whatever.
Yeah, but it sucks that you have to be that guy.
No, I know. Look, I get it, but I also is like I'm not showing my face around there. Yeah, I don't care. I'll see you next week. I'll break another chair.
Yeah.
I don't know where you get to. You get to just a certain point. You're like, I don't care.
Does your daughter catch any?
No, I don't think she knows
stuff from it?
She didn't know anything.
Like, oh, is your dad the one that broke the chair? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my dad.
By the way, they're all over here calling the one girl John Lithgow and stuff. Meanwhile, everybody else is calling him Lou Albano or something. He doesn't know. He has no idea.
Yeah.
I would doubt it at all.
Trying to break any chairs on the way through the parking lot.
72 chairs?
Yeah. So no Winter Haven.
How did you get out of it?
Oh, my wife is being very generous. Like, I if my daughter wasn't going, I would be convinced she has a boyfriend there because she's
Yeah.
like, listen, you don't have to go to Winter Haven. I go, no, I'll go. And she goes, no. She goes, here's the thing. I know that you're going because you feel guilty like I'm going there alone. Because originally she was supposed to go with her friend. Her best friend was coming down from New Jersey. They were going to go to the volleyball thing, and then they were going to go to Orlando and go to Universal, and they had to cancel the trip. So she's like, I know you're coming now just because I'm going alone, and it doesn't really matter to me. I don't care. And I said, honestly, I really have nothing else going on this weekend. Pete's got a slew of ladies coming into town, and I don't know. I'll be left alone, you know. And she's like, okay, well, whatever. It'll be fun if you come.
And this is an overnighter too, right?
Yeah, it's an overnight.
Yeah.
They're going to stay at the luxurious La Quinta in Winter Haven.
Oh.
They make you stay in a certain hotel.
Oh, I don't know where we're staying, but
So I thought your plans were replaced with better plans. You're just canceling plans?
they were.
Oh,
replaced
okay.
with better.
All right.
They were replaced because of this. I got a phone call yesterday. Said, "Are you going to Metallica?"
Oh,
And
boy.
I said, "No."
Mm-hmm.
And
Now,
they
is
said,
this, are you going to Metallica? I'm looking for tickets, so I'm asking you if you're going to Metallica?
No.
I've gotten a lot of that too.
Yeah.
This is
Are you
somebody.
going to Metallica?
Oh, yeah.
This is somebody who asked me that I thought is if they're asking me, they might be going.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Are you going to Metallica?" And I said, "No." And they said, "Why not?" And I said, too many people. And they said,
Too
yeah.
many people, not enough sweets.
Right. And they said, yeah, but what if you had a backstage pass and blah, 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 and you could be away from the people? And I said, yeah, that'd be a whole different situation. And they said, okay, plan on doing that on Friday. And I said, all right, now I'm going to Metallica.
Now, who is this person?
Do you want to guess who it is?
Bob Murray.
No.
Cat named Mo.
Yeah. No. Craig Gass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because he's friends with Pantera.
Yeah.
And he's coming down to see the show.
Yeah.
Get on that microphone. If you want to do this, this is, I don't understand. This is my daughter. Get on the microphone.
Oh, I was wondering who was standing behind you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All I
scared
could
me.
see was a floating
It's
shirt.
a ghost.
Yeah.
Why are you awake? I can't get you to get up to do anything. Why are you awake at 6 o'clock in the morning now?
Because I'm going to the tavern.
What is the tavern? In fact, we probably shouldn't be telling these people. Just go. Please. Does your mother know? Go tell her first. I don't get either talking to the microphone or get the hell out of here. Talking to the microphone. I can't hear you.
Can you tell her?
No, I'm working. No way. You go tell her. Get out. The dangers of working from home.
By the way,
Close the door.
if I would have pulled up and there were kids on
Oh,
scooters
my
out there,
God.
I wouldn't have got out of my car.
No.
I would have just been
Run
like,
him
yep,
over.
yeah, I'm off today.
This kid is so, like, she's the one I need to worry about. She's so adventurous. She has a scooter now, and she wants to explore the world on that scooter.
Oh, yeah. That's what I had. And so I broke my elbow.
Yeah, but she's got one that she can actually ride.
Yeah.
And she said she has a friend that slept over, and they want to go to the tavern in here. I don't know, to get breakfast or something. And last night I said, yeah, okay, sure. Wake me up at 6 o'clock when you're up. Well, who thought for sure they'd get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go? But I'm not clearing this. I thought my wife had already given
Yeah,
me the green
yeah.
light. I don't. There's like a
Little breakfast spot.
well, it's like a golf club.
Oh,
that has
the clubhouse.
yeah, the clubhouse.
Okay.
I don't. She's calling it like I don't even know if it's called a tavern. I've never been there. I don't know what's going on.
And she rides the scooter up there?
She's never done it before, and now she wants to do it at 6 o'clock in the morning when it's
Oh,
still dark
man.
out.
Yeah, are they even open?
I don't know. I think they are for breakfast.
You
I
gotta-
think the golfers go out
you
there.
gotta shut
Golfers
this.
go out early.
Shut this down.
These kids have no concept of anything. Well, I'm not saying kids. Joey does, but Juliana sent she had a sleepover the other night, and she sent Amanda a request, an Apple Pay request for $30.
Yeah.
And Amanda goes, "What do you need $30 for?" And she goes, "We want to go get slushies." And Amanda goes, "Why do you need? How many are you going to buy?" And she goes, "I just don't know how much they cost."
Yeah.
So she wanted $30.
I get the Apple Pay requests constantly from my two daughters.
By the
oh,
way,
we're-
this place doesn't open until 11 a.m.
For the tavern.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
Stupid kids.
When my kids first got the e-scooters, it was like in their mind, they got a car now.
They got cars,
They
yeah.
can drive anywhere because it goes like 15 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it opened up a whole new world. And next thing you know, can we drive up to Target?
Yeah.
Can we go to Walmart? No.
Yeah, they think they can go everywhere.
Yeah, I think we're gonna take this to the mall.
Do you know what I found out yesterday? They have a neighborhood magazine that they put out here. It's called The Stroll. I guess a lot of neighborhoods use it for their neighborhood to put it out, and they have like an editorial crew that'll write articles, but mostly they just sell advertising for local businesses, But they'll pick families that are new to the thing. We were in it one time. Yesterday, I'm flipping through it, and there's a thing on the back. It says Pets of Cheval, and I look in. It's people with their dogs and stuff. And there's a picture of Juliana feeding Ralphie, and I go, "Where did this come from?" And Amanda goes, "Oh, I submitted it. They must have printed it."
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So we've been in that magazine a couple of times, different things. They called us during Christmas time. Was it Christmas? No, Easter. And, oh, God, I wish I could remember the name. A painting company wanted to give away Easter baskets to a couple of members, a couple of residents of the thing. So they gave us an Easter basket. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. Anyway, I was reading this article yesterday. Listen to this. This is important information for a lot of people, especially people that live in little communities. Do you know how old you have to be to drive a golf cart?
Yes,
How old?
18.
I would guess 16.
I thought 6.
I know.
Driver's license.
They just recently changed the law.
You must have a driver's license.
Yeah, that's
so
okay,
yeah.
16.
Yeah, 16.
You must have a Florida driver's license to drive a golf cart. Joey was driving that golf cart when he was like 9 years old.
Yeah.
So I had no idea.
The law, I think, just recently changed.
Yeah, it did last year. Yeah. But these kids, the kids in here that drive in golf carts are not that big of a deal. They're actually pretty good. They move to the right. They let you pass. They've actually been good. It's the kids on bikes that are the worst. Kids on bikes just riding in the middle of the street. I don't care. If it was my kid, I'd be worried about it.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh no.
take it easy. Maybe you're not going to make it to Benzalica.
If somebody sent me a picture of my kid riding like some of these kids are in the middle of the street, doing things, that would drive me insane. But I had no idea you have to have seatbelts, lights, and you can't go over 25 miles an hour. Those are the rules on a golf cart. Pay attention to that because they're going to start pulling people over.
I cut through a parking lot the other day, and there was a kid on a bike, and he saw me, and he did a wheelie and started coming at me. I was like, if I hit this kid, I'm just going to keep on driving and just go, yeah, it was his fault.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Right.
Don't be doing you're a kid on a bike. You're not the best of controlling things. Now you're pulling a wheelie and riding at me. I'm just, dish, and just keep going.
Tell your friends.
When I see that, I want him to fall so bad.
Oh, yeah. Learn a lesson.
I actually pulled up next to a kid at the stop sign yesterday. He rode a wheelie the whole time that I rode through the guard gate all the way alongside of my car. He rode the wheelie all the way to the stop sign. I rolled down and looked at the window, and he looked at me. I go, that was pretty impressive. He's like, oh, thanks. That's a long wheelie.
I love there's an Instagram account that does like instant karma, and they have tons of videos of like guys on motorcycles and like they're speeding, they're doing
Yeah.
wheelies,
Oh, yeah.
and then the bike she just goes flying.
Karen's getting hurt.
Yeah.
Kids getting hurt.
I
All
love
those
it.
accounts are great.
Some of
Love
those
it.
guys on the motorcycle, like if they wiped out, I would pull over just to go up to him and go, that was dumb.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I wouldn't even be like, can I call 911? I'd be like, you're an idiot.
No one was better than me. When I lived in Miami and the guy cut me off, spun out, hit the wall, his airbag went off. I went over to see if he was okay, took his wallet and left.
Yeah. That's great.
Like
I stole the money from him.
a lot of these bikers, what they'll do is they'll drive by the car and they'll smack your mirror and they'll bust your mirror and then take off.
Yeah.
And then people will film them later on. They'll hit a car, hit a tree, or get that's the move. They'll smash your mirror.
Quite possibly my favorite thing is when there's road rage and the person pulls up next to the person. It's like, you blah, 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 this and that. Smash right into the back of the car in front of them.
So good.
And you just go, you idiot. I told you, one of the greatest things, I don't know if I've ever felt as cool as this. I was driving down Dale Mabry, and there was a kid, probably maybe 16, something like that, on a motorcycle dirt bike, though. And he's over off the side, like in the ditch area, and he's going over driveways and doing this. And I pull up next to him, and there's a cop like 3 cars back from me. And he looks over at me, and I point at my eyes, and I point back, and I give him the cop thing. And he gives me a head nod, and he just cracks the throttle, and he takes off, and he goes down the thing. And I'm like, we just pulled a caper, man.
Yeah.
We did it.
What a good guy.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, the guy that had his foot hanging out the window, and then the car got wrecked and the guy died.
Yeah.
Half hour later.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
I was so happy when that happened. This guy I pulled up next to had his foot out the window, and I wanted to roll down the window and be like, you look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wanted to tell him. I don't care if you do it. You look like an asshole.
I saw there was a picture in the news and the guy's shoe.
Yeah.
On the ground.
It was great. That was one of the most satisfying things I'd ever
Yeah,
seen.
it's give it-
Speaking of people dying, is anybody watching the Mortician? Have you seen that?
No.
It's a docu-series. I think it's on HBO. It's either Netflix or HBO. I think it's HBO.
Not Netflix. I would have seen it.
But it is about a funeral home that is in Los Angeles that's been around forever. It's passed down. The guy started it. His son took over. His son took over. This, that.
Do you think you would have gone into that business if Jim Galvin was in the
No.
mortuary business? I can't. I mean, it might be different if you grew up in it.
Yeah.
But I can't see me ever
I
doing
feel
that.
like that's the only way you get into it.
Yeah,
'Cause
that-
otherwise you're a weirdo.
Well, some
Right.
people are though. Some people are intrigued by that, and they're into the post.
But also, there's money to be made.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
People are dying all the
Yeah.
time, so it happens, whatever. But it's interesting so far in it. You find out what the problem is, and this guy wound up going to jail. And it's basically because
He's not.
that's what I thought. So far, no.
Right.
But, who knows what happens, whatever. He kind of took over their cremation stuff. So you have the funeral home and stuff, but then a lot of people want to be cremated. And there was apparently a lot of people that are just like, cremate them and dump them out at sea. We're not dealing with it at all or anything.
Sure.
And the guy was like, it's $5 for the cardboard box, and it's $5 for the diesel fuel to burn the person and do that. He goes, so it's like $10.
$10 just a
$10. And people were charging like $325, and he goes, $55. We'll do it for you. So he was undercutting.
He's an Earl Shive of mortuaries.
And then he figured out that it takes like 4 hours to burn one body because it takes an hour to burn them, and then it's got to cool back down to put back in, and you got to clean and do all that stuff. But he said it takes about an hour to actually burn the body, but it takes about an hour and 20 minutes to burn 10 bodies at once. So he just started jamming bodies in. He's breaking bones to get them in there and everything. And then he's stealing rings, and I guess
Is he stealing rings if they give you the body and tell you to cremate it?
But if they want it with their loved ones.
Yeah, but it's not burning, is it?
Grave robbery.
Yeah, but also, I don't know whether that's the rings are people that are being buried, but they're being cremated. But I guess when you die, your body swells and stuff, and maybe people can't get the ring off, whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like, I can get the ring off. Snip. And he's just cutting fingers and taking rings.
That's kind of feels so weird.
And then he's pulling people's teeth out and getting the gold fillings out of their teeth. He's just cracking them with a hammer.
I mean, what else are you going to do? They're just going to be turned to dust.
Yeah, like that's what he was saying. He goes, listen, it's not your family member anymore. It's a pile of meat.
And
He goes,
the pile of dust is a memento. It's not so you have all of your mother or your father or whatever.
But if you believe in an afterlife or reincarnation or something like that, like if that's your belief, by disfiguring the body.
Yeah, but you've already melted it
you've
down
already
to dust.
melted, yeah.
Yeah, again,
No, I
don't know.
I get what you're saying. And the guy said it too, and he was like, he goes, it's no longer your family member, whatever. He goes, you want to love them while they're alive. He goes, love them while they're alive. He goes, once they get to me, they're not your family member.
This is real. It's like a documentary.
Oh yeah, it's a docuseries. Yeah,
But that's desecration, though. Your loved
it
one
is.
being-
And the guy, I mean, the documentary starts out with this guy just got out of jail, and he was in for whatever it was, 27 years or something like that because of all the stuff that he did. And he's like, I'm an open book. You can ask me anything.
I said to my wife, this is before we talked about cremation. I said, because we went to go buy a casket for somebody, and I couldn't believe the upsell on the caskets. It was the most.
They were
insulting
showing
thing.
the prices on there.
Not just the prices, but you just lost. In this situation, my brother just lost his wife and his young wife, and they're talking to him, and they're like, now we have this casket here, and it's whatever, and they're like, and we have this one with the nice satin silk finish inside for comfort of a dead body.
Yeah.
But you're talking about your wife who just suddenly died. Of course you want her to be comfortable.
Right.
It's
So
such
you don't
an
want to look like
abuse
a
of emotion.
scumbag, and get the $2,000 one when they have a $14,000 one.
I looked at a man and I said, listen to me, buy a wood box, and if my feet don't fit, bend my knees backwards till my legs break.
You should go to this guy.
I mean,
You
that's
should go to this
I'm
guy.
dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Do whatever you have to do. I don't care if you have to cut me in half and put my torso next to my chest.
Another
Or
point that this guy made was, he goes, no matter what, when you're getting a box of cremated ashes and stuff, he goes, it's not all your ashes.
Right.
He goes, you can't clean that.
Yeah.
He goes, it's the bottom part is stone or cement or whatever, and it's porous and it has stuff in. He goes, there's other body parts, there's other ashes in there and stuff.
I have my mother's ashes in two places. I have it in an urn, and I have the remaining ashes in a box. I'm pretty sure I got some of Cliff and Joe and Frida all in the box as well. So, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I've told my wife, if anything happens to me, as cheap as possible.
Yeah.
The cheapest,
Yeah.
as cheap as possible.
If you're lucky, you have some sort of insurance policy, whether it's life insurance or through work or whatever you have, and your family's going to get that money. Say that money's $25,000. Do you want them to spend 21 of it on a funeral?
No.
That's insane.
And that's what they said in there. They said buying a home and dying are your two biggest purchases in your life.
Once my brother's wife, they had an insurance policy through her job, and once the funeral home found out about that, they were like, okay, just give us that paperwork. We'll deal directly with the insurance company, because now they're going to max out whatever it was. I had never seen robbery like that before. On a flip side, and I wish to God I could think of the name of this company, my mother's dog died in the middle of the night. She was devastated. I went over to her house. I didn't know what to do. I called a 24-hour pet cremation place in Dade City. They got up, drove all the way to Land O'Lakes, picked up the dog. Couldn't have been nicer. Left, brought it back to her. Didn't try to upcharge her on anything, and it was relatively cheap too. And I couldn't believe that was such a great service for dogs, but they don't have something like that for humans.
Yeah.
Well, they actually do. My mother-in-law. This is the best. I don't really know if this is true or not, but my mother-in-law claims that she has this service that she pays for. That upon my death, they are to be notified, and once they're notified, they send somebody out to pick up my body, cremate it, and bring back the urn. So she's already taken care of it all.
No, that's good.
Upon her death.
That's good, though.
Yes, I to me,
Just don't be a deep sleeper.
but but to me, that is the most responsible thing a parent could do. Don't leave that burden to your child, or make it very, very clear to your loved ones that what your wishes are.
Right. Yeah, when I get to a certain age, I'd probably do that. You would make arrangements. That way it's all bought and paid
Now's
for.
the age.
Now is the age. Now is the age, not for your health reasons, but just because you don't know.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to be, the younger you are, the bigger of a financial burden it's going to become to them.
Yeah, cheap as possible.
Listen, I sent something to Gio. Gio is right, where he says that most of you guys have lived as long.
Most of you guys.
Yeah.
Well, because they say 40-year-olds have lived longer.
It's like 66% of your
Sure.
life.
What's the average? What do we say? Like 70 or
78.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's not good. It's 20-some years.
Yeah.
Carmen, after hearing the demon that lives in your body, I wouldn't be too safe.
First off, it doesn't sound anything like yours. One,
Mine are sexy.
you gargle all the time. Which
When I
is,
burp or
like,
just talk.
you go, yeah, all the time. You have that old man like
Uh,
throat gargle,
chest rattle.
that you don't even realize
It's the
because you've
GERD.
been doing it for so long.
Oh, that sounds gross.
You got a lot of
well,
air in your body.
Yeah, I hear it all the time. I let go one burp because I was eating cottage cheese.
Oh, cottage cheese burp.
Yeah.
You know it would be gross if somebody wrote a song about that.
It's Carmen, baby. From the D, where a burp shake the block. Team mom on the field, mashed potatoes in the pot. Let's go. C-A-R to the M-I-N. Burping loud, never ask a hen who a win. From Detroit streets where the cold cuts deep. She repping mashed potatoes and that line don't sleep. Got a chatty daddy tuck in her text. Blonde hair popping, but her burp's complex. Cute on the gram, but don't be fooled. She'll headstand burp and lead a haters school. Burp game strong, she don't say please. Taco pits out in them wobbly knees. She a team mom with a sideline flex, yelling, "Let's go, boys!" while she sends a text. Burp game strong, ain't dainty or prim. One loud blast make the lights go dim. Detroit made with a Hemi in her soul. That burp shook the bleachers and shattered the gold.
There you go. Carmen had a burp
I gotta
song.
tell you, I love it. That's
Everything
great.
that happens on the show is getting a song and a picture now.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people in radio that made a lot of money for years.
That's what I said.
Just gone.
I said to Big Dick yesterday, this put Manson out of business in a second.
Yeah.
You've been replaced.
I mean, that's so. It's so. I mean, it's 2 more years before we're done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's already
Before
started.
Joe Rogan is losing out to an AI podcast.
100%.
Crazy. Pete and I had a podcast yesterday. We were talking in the car and about deep stuff. We were
The Pete-cast?
Pete-cast. We were doing the Pete Face cast. We were just talking about. We started off talking about Pete Face, and then it rolled into he watched a documentary about 9/11. And we were talking about the 9/11 buildings, and then about the OJ murder. And I'm like, did we just do a podcast? I think we just did a podcast. We were in the car.
Please have them keep sending us the Pete faces.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't got any in a
Yeah,
while.
he said it's been pretty slow.
Yeah.
He said it's been pretty slow. Also, Pete's hooking up with real girls. So not the one with the tooth and the
He's
other one with the
importing
beard.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
tooth.
Not the sweet tooth. Sweet. That's a sweet tooth.
Man.
The one.
I wish we could put that photo out.
It's wild.
We can give it a couple more weeks.
All right.
We'll do it,
Also, maybe just the teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just the close up of the mouth.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's out there in public. It's not like we're embarrassing her. She embarrassed herself.
Well,
True.
But again, it could be fake. Like someone else could have made that again. You said, you're not gonna have 3 teeth and mention teeth in your bio.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you are if you're an idiot.
yeah.
Just a fun girl with a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
The more I think about it now, it's got to be fake.
It's got to be
It's gotta
fake.
be fake.
She actually set up a date with Pete, and he was like, "What time do you want to meet?" And she said 2:30.
So I have to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm excited about Metallica or not.
Oh, come on! What do you need to do? You need to be on stage and play with them.
He's
No,
not
no.
going. You're not going.
No,
he's not
definitely
going.
not.
No, you're not
Definitely
going.
You're definitely
No
going.
way.
You're not going.
On Friday or Saturday or Sunday, Friday? No
just
way.
Friday. I said I will go just Friday.
No, there's a 5% chance that you make it there.
No, I would say honestly 75% chance. Like I was excited all day yesterday. Now talking about it for some reason is maybe,
No way. 75%, you say?
Yes,
On
75%.
a Wednesday.
No, on a Friday.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
it's Wednesday now,
Oh, yeah.
and you're at 78% chance.
So yeah, 75.
And what's Craig's deal? Is he out with them still, or
No, he's just
why is
flying
he-
in. He's flying in to see the shows, and I think he's doing shows maybe in the state right after that. So I think he picks the locations that he wants to go to see them. You know? All I know is, so my son and I, we keep trying to plan this trip to Japan, and I can't. You can't go to Japan for 3 days. It takes longer to get there than it does to go. So I don't want to take any time off. So we're thinking about maybe November. But in the meantime, I've got like $5,000 in United credit that I need to use now. Like in the next 30 days, I need to buy a ticket for something. So I thought about, I know that there's a quick straight jump to London. And I said, do you want to go to London? And I'll go for like 3 days. And he said, yeah, let's do that. Do you know what the weather is like in London right now? If you had to guess.
Probably cold.
Cold.
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so excited at the thought of going that. Really?
Yeah, probably cold and rainy.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
I feel like that's what it always is in London.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's like a week where it has sun.
Do you know why we decided not to go? Because Joey said, what exactly are we going to do in London? And I went, yeah, you're right. I don't know.
We're
I'll
gonna
go to
it
London
sound-
with you.
Oh, Carmen, you could come.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously, because like I've been there already, and I did Buckingham Palace and all that kind of stuff, so I don't need to go do that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were like, but Carmen, the truth is, I said to Joey, I go, you know what? They have a whole theater district. We can go see a show, and I went, I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know what's going on here.
theater district.
Yeah, it was just me and you watching Cabaret, Joey. Me
Yeah,
and my
'cause
19-year-old pothead son watching Cabaret.
I was going to say they probably have some decent concerts going on, but you're not much of a concert guy. Restaurants, I know, England, London, not known for their food, but other people come and open restaurants and stuff. So they probably
I
have
mean,
some
I'm
decent
not going to
restaurants.
fly to London to go eat somewhere. You know what I mean?
I
I might as
I'm
well go
just
to Vegas.
trying to think of what you're going to do.
Yeah, but even that 3-day turnaround, that's quick.
It only takes, it's not that big of a flight. It's not that long. You need a day to fly and a day to come back. That's
Right.
it. So, and not even the whole day. Like, you could do stuff when you get there. So, I don't know.
Even the time change doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It does affect you, but you rough it out for a couple of days. It's
Yeah.
only a couple of days. You sleep on the way back. You're fine.
Right.
I don't know. I was trying to think of something fun to do. And then I thought, well, maybe we could just stay in the United States and go somewhere cool over here, but I don't even know where that is.
Yeah, by the way, I'm looking at stuff, and it's all just like touristy stuff. Buckingham Palace, Big
Right.
Ben, Tower of London, Tower Bridge.
And all he wants to do is he wants to go to Japan because he wants to go and shop. He
Yeah.
wants to go buy things.
Ask Bailey.
No, I don't want to take that bitch. I'd rather take you.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll ask my chat GPT.
Carmen, I didn't even think about that. You'd be fun to travel with.
Yeah. Because I just want to eat, but even
Yeah.
though I like to walk. You're not a walker.
No, on vacation I'll walk.
Yeah,
I like to see things.
I like to walk around, kind of explore a little
Yeah.
bit, and then eat. Basically, eat a lot.
Dude, I went to Paris, and Paris is amazingly boring if you're not into fashion and all the other stuff. There's the Eiffel Tower. We stayed right by the Eiffel Tower, so I got to stare at it for like 3 days. Other than that, though, I don't know. So, but the best part is me and Joey one day and just walked. We walked for about 5 miles, just walked through Paris. That was like the nicest time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing. I don't know. I want to go. I still kick myself in the ass that I was in Paris. And I didn't go to Disney. I think my brother would have left me there if I did that.
And why would I know they're different in other countries?
They are, dude. They are. The Japan, the one in Tokyo is amazing.
Yeah, but again, if you don't have kids, and even if you
Yeah.
have kids, you're
I
gonna
did at the time they were little.
Yeah.
right. But even if you're going to another country and you're gonna go to a theme park,
Yeah, I know.
don't know. That's just to
Well,
me.
trust me, we went to an outlet mall. We can go to a theme park.
Yeah, I get it. I'm more into the local stuff. I want to know where the locals eat, where they hang out, where their spots are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of stuff I like to do.
If
Yeah.
you did go to London, you should definitely go to a soccer game and just
Yeah.
crazy hooligan it out.
So
you know?
I would do that.
Yeah.
John, my brother, went to a baseball game in Japan, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
said that was insane.
Sure, yeah.
So I wasn't into it. I didn't go, but he said it was amazing. So I don't know. We'll find something.
In Germany, we were at that soccer team's facility.
That was great.
That was really
Yeah.
cool.
Dude,
yeah.
I would go to. I would do anything in a stadium in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even care if there's anything on the field. If they just get in there and you drink and people sing, that'd be enough for me.
I still would love to go back for Oktoberfest.
Listen,
That would be awesome.
we got plenty of time to start
yeah,
preparing. We
Yeah.
gotta start- I'll use my ticket for Oktoberfest. I'll save it for Oktoberfest.
Yeah, remember Allstott was going? We had all
Yeah.
these people going.
Yeah, Wells ended up going.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went. Yeah. All right, we got a lot of things happening on today's show. It's Wednesday, so Galvin has an open letter.
I do.
What else are the other things? I forgot. We also have open letter. We got Metallica tickets to give away, and Jen Sturger, who is the original FSU cowgirl, is part of a documentary that is on Netflix right now called "Untold: The Fall of Brett Favre." I think is what it is, or
Yeah.
something about Brett Favre. I watched the documentary. It really makes Brett Favre look like a completely horrible person. And
There's a reason for that.
yeah, and from him stealing money from poor people in Mississippi to questionable act while he was in college to sending D-pics to Jen Sturger, the FSU cowgirl, who will join us on the show and talk about her experience and her. When you hear her story, it is probably much different than when the situation went down, what you thought. And I think you'll be very surprised to hear some of the facts of the story and the situation between Jen Sturger and Brett Favre. And we will talk to her in the 8 o'clock hour. Were you going to say something, Galvin?
Yeah, I was going to say, when you don't go to Metallica, can I have your backstage
You are
passes?
not. You are not. Excuse me. Can I have to be honest about something.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're going backstage. I know that he has pit passes. That's what I meant to say. Is that he probably can go backstage and do all this stuff, but I will be in the pit. So, and my reason for that was he said it's less people and there's actually more breathing.
Yeah, they
room
only give a certain amount so that you're not just all jammed in there.
I don't want to be jammed in anymore.
Yeah.
So that's the selling point.
I
for
was
me.
over in the Snake Pit over in Orlando, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, I mean, you're literally like, I could have grabbed, their leg. And
I might do that.
Yeah, do it. Just even get them off stage.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We come back. Carmen will tell you what we have left to give away, and we will play Sporkle next on 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to Tampa Bay's most listened to morning show, The Mike Calta Show. Breaking summer news. All the rooms at the Sky Beach Resort for the Bone Summer Beach Bash are completely sold out. But good news, you can still come out and party for free. Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash, an entire weekend of awesome events and hanging out with all your favorite people from the Bone. Plus, it's absolutely free to get in. It's all happening July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete, a bayfront oasis with a private beach at the southernmost tip of St. Petersburg in the Skyway District. No matter what you do, don't miss the Bone Summer Beach Bash, presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw summer. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Disabled vehicle northbound 275 on the Howard Franklin Bridge. It's just after the hump on the Tampa side. 2 lanes blocked right now. Crews trying to get that out of your way in the meantime. It's going to take an extra 5 to 10 minutes to get across. Courtney Campbell Causeway and Gandy Bridge running up to speed into Hillsborough County. Once you're in Hillsborough County near downtown Tampa, a wreck. Northbound 275 at Ashley Drive. 3 left lanes blocked. Already seeing backups all the way to Del Mabry. And in Pasco County, a wreck southbound 41. That one's near State Road 52 with some lanes blocked as well. I'm Monica with traffic.
Ready to step into a healthy and active lifestyle? Come to the Good Feet store and experience the difference. Discover how a simple step can lead to a life of pain-free possibilities.
We hear it every day.
I'm a safe driver.
Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Shark Coast Tactical is bringing the heat. Well, quietly, with the B&T Hush Puppy Party this Saturday, June 7th. Are you ready to turn down the volume and turn up the action? Get hands-on with the latest in suppressed firepower from B&T USA, including the legendary Hush Puppy line. That's right, the ultimate in stealth and precision. Will has already special ordered a limited supply. Don't miss these insane one-day-only deals. With a clean background check, you can get a tax stamp in 24 hours and avoid 3 to 6 day suppressor wait times. There'll be extra Shark Coast employees on hand to fill out paperwork quicker, so you can get your suppressor entered in and back to you fast. You'll need to get the Shark Coast Tactical for the B&T Hush Puppy Party this Saturday, June 7th. Shark Coast Tactical is often imitated, never duplicated. The shop is open, slinging freedom from 10 to 6 daily, but closed on Sunday and open online 24/7 at sharkcoasttactical.com. Shark Coast Tactical is located on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Look for them on social media and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
It's summertime, and unless you're at the pool 24/7, it's too hot to do much outside. Am I right? And that means you and your family are probably spending a lot of time indoors, doing crafts with the kids, getting paint on the floor, eating drippy popsicles, and stains on your carpet. That's why summertime is a great time for expert cleaning help from Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Those drips and drops and stains are bound to happen, and it can easily get out of control. Thankfully, Zero Res can clean it like it never happened using their ZR water technology. No harsh soaps, detergents, or chemicals. After all, a clean home is a healthy home. And because Zero Res doesn't use all that dirt-attracting soap, you have zero residue and your carpets stay cleaner and fluffier longer. You have to take advantage of their summer sale for 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, upholstery, tile, and grout, all for 15% off. Just mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today. Book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com and ask about Zero Res commercial cleaning too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
I'm talking to WeatherTight Mike and would love to hear the story of how you started WeatherTight Windows. I'm assuming when kids wanted to play pro baseball or be an astronaut, you wanted to get people quality windows.
Well, Michael, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a superhero. But then I realized I'm more a guy who installs window than a guy who wears capes. So I decided to channel my superpowers into something that actually makes a difference, like keeping your home safe from hurricanes and your energy bills from flying away. I mean, who needs to fight villains when you can fight drafts, right? Plus, windows are a lot easier to install than a Batmobile.
There you have it. At the end of the day, WeatherTight Mike is just a big nerd. But you can protect your family like a superhero from hurricanes, storms, strong winds, all by simply going to WeatherTight Windows. Get WeatherTight Windows out in your home and stay protected during hurricane seasons. Go to WeatherTightWindows.com and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta show, the cool Mike, not the nerdy window guy.
WeatherTightWindows.com. WeatherTight Windows.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You know, for years, I've been telling you about my friends at Super Heat and Air. I use them for everything. I have them come out and do a clean and tune before the big season changes, and I've used them to replace units before, and now they just got a whole lot better. Super Heat and Air is now adding expert plumbing. That's right, Super Heat and Air, my personal choice for HVAC excellence for many years, is now in partnership with ABC Plumbing, Heat and Air, and they offer trusted full-service plumbing solutions with the same high standards as Super Heat and Air. So now you get all the services all in one company. Every technician that comes out is drug screened, background checked, and fully vetted, and they only hire the most trustworthy professionals. Those are the people they're sending to your homes, and they have the same 24-hour day, 7-day service, because plumbing problems don't wait either, and they deliver 5-star service because nothing less is acceptable. I'm so happy to announce that Super Heat and Air is now Super Heat and Air and Plumbing. Check them out online at superheatandair.com. That's superheatandair.com for all your HVAC and plumbing needs. Tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Looking for a great lunch combo? Hooters, Surfside Seltzer, Metallica tickets, and JP? Join 102.5 The Bone and the JP Show on Friday, June 6th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the original Hooters on Gulf to Bay. JP will be broadcasting live, and he will have your last shot at Metallica tickets. Pre-game with JP at the original Hooters with 102.5 The Bone.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
This report is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Tampa. Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. Buy one, get one, 30% off replacement windows and patio doors. Check them out at bestwindowsflorida.com.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar tonight, 7 p.m. Tampa AC Hotel by Marriott, 4020 West Boy Scout Boulevard. Boulevard. 1-800-875-PASS. CamTechSchool.com.
If you've listened to my show for a while, then you know that I enthusiastically endorse Stingray Chevrolet, and I do consider Steve Hurley a good friend, and I trust his advice. And I hope you trust mine, because I'll give you some advice right now. If you're even considering buying a new car in the next few months, do it now and go straight to Stingray Chevrolet, because incentives are great, inventory is great, and not only is Stingray offering huge discounts, but you won't pay a pricey dealer fee. Listen, I've been harping on this no dealer fee for a while, but I really want you to understand the significance of their no dealer fee policy. It's an automatic savings of $1,000 to $1,500. Other dealers tack this fee onto the negotiated price, but you won't pay it at Stingray. Hey, no one has a crystal ball, and we don't know what the car market will be like down the road, but my advice is to strike while the iron is hot and choose the right dealer, and the right dealer is Stingray Chevrolet. StingrayChevrolet.com, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4, exit 22 Plant City. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
We hear it every day.
I'm a safe driver.
Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Hey, it's Galvin here for ArborWise Tree Service. ArborWise is a professional tree care service right here in St. Petersburg, Florida, specializing in both residential and commercial tree care. They've been serving the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years, and they're family owned and operated. Whether you need tree trimming, tree removal, air spading, or tree evaluation, ArborWise can give you a free estimate and consultation. With state-of-the-art equipment, no job is too big or too small. Check them out online at arborwisetreeservices.com or call for your free estimate today, 727-481-8081.
I'm Doug Bernetti. Growing up, I learned how hard it can be to make ends meet. At Bernetti PA, we help people every day with debt collection calls, credit card debt, home foreclosures, and bankruptcy cases. If you have questions, call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds, through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at Hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/radio. That's Hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's, and My Lowe's Pro Rewards members can save even more with limited time deals. Right now, buy one, get one half off. Select HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Primer and Ceiling Paint. Plus, get free same-day delivery to your job site when you order by 2 p.m. Offer valid through 6/13. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL-HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Variable clouds again today. In fact, today looks a lot like yesterday weather-wise. 70% on the rain chance with a high in the mid-80s. Damp and mild tonight with a low temperature in the mid-70s. And very warm and humid for Thursday with a 60% rain chance. Tomorrow's highs, upper 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
On the Mike Calta Show, it's 1025 The Bone. If you're sitting around wondering what your home is really worth, tried Zillow and other websites. They just take the comps in the area and they give you an idea what you could probably sell your home for. And then you go to sell it and it's nothing like what you thought it would be. If you really want to know how much your home is worth, go to teamborum.com right now. I'm on the website, Team Borum, BORHAM, powered by eXp Realty. They are the real estate experts in the Tampa Bay area, and the best part about it is they claim to be the experts in the area because they actually live in the area. Unlike these people who claim to know Tampa Bay so well and are doing it from different states, these guys are right here in the Tampa Bay area, and there's a whole team of people that are going to help you, whether you want to find out what your home is worth, whether you want to sell your home and get the most money for it, or if you're looking for the home of your dreams, or both. If you're looking to sell one and buy one, Team Borum can do it all for you. They're got a website that is so easy to use, teamborum.com. And right there at the very top in purple, you can see how much is your home really worth. Find out for free. You put your address in there, and it'll tell you. It'll give you a high end, a low end, an average price, and a cash offer for your home. If you're looking to move your home and sell it and make the most money for it, get on it right now, teamborum.com. Let Jeff and his team help you out and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. Carmen?
Yes.
I want to make sure you're still awake after that long-ass break.
No.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
What do we have to give away this morning?
So we have tickets for Nikki Glazer, Avril Lavigne, and Cage the Elephant.
People sucked up them Dierks Bentley tickets, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, all right, good. But we will have Metallica tickets to give away later on in the show, probably in the 9 o'clock hour this morning. In the 8 o'clock hour, a chance for you to win $1,000 with the Bone Bonus keyword. But right now, we got a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Does Galvin have 2 in a row? Oh, Joe,
Did I win yesterday? You did win yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, he's on a 1-win streak.
Okay, so we're
not a
good.
streak.
Good. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Pap.
Yes, Michael.
I know that you do a lot of work here.
Wait.
And by a lot of work, I mean video.
Oh. Yeah. Good stuff.
Garbage.
Not a
Dog
job.
walking.
That's true.
Did you mean to say garbage video?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Don't let them bring you down, Joe.
I won't.
Don't let you. I hold you in high regard for all your jobs.
Thank you. I'm happy
So
to
much that I'm willing to give you another assignment.
Congrats, Joe.
Another job?
Promotion. I don't know if promotion's the right word.
Additional duties.
All right.
I think we may have discovered where the flies are coming from.
Oh,
Not
my
the
desk? Yeah.
No, because like I keep saying, the toilet is so far. It's literally at the furthest point it can be
Yeah, it
from
wouldn't
this
make
house.
sense.
It wouldn't make sense. And then everybody said, well, where there are drains, could they be coming from a drain here? I'm like, there's no drains. There's nothing draining. I don't know what it could be.
I still think it's Tom dead meat in the freezer spilled into the drains out here in the
wrong
thing.
Wrong. I know what it is.
All right. What do you got? You got a fly making machine in there?
Where did Joe leave a banana?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
My friend Ben said, who listened to the show and he heard we had the flies, he said, do you have a water softener? And I said, yes, I do. Olin Plumbing put in a fantastic water softener. And he said, if you don't keep it filled with the salt, it dries out, and that's where the flies come from. And he said that's very common that happens. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm slacking in my salt department. Joe, you may have to add salt to the water
I'm on
softener.
it, Michael.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
You could do it on garbage days.
All
So
right.
you know, whatever garbage days are, be like, let me just check the salt.
All right.
All right.
All
So
right, I'll
we
let
fixed
you know.
problem fixed.
I'll let you know for low.
Go to your water softener and see a bunch of flies around it?
It's Joe's job.
Yeah.
You didn't check when you got that information?
don't worry, I'll take care of it.
All right.
You guys don't know how to delegate.
And now you went from no salt to now he's going to be doing it once a week?
Twice a week.
Well, check.
Just checking. Just checking. You can look at it. If see if it needs salt, and then when we get salt, we put it in there. I might have to order some salt, you know.
By the way, that seems like something that should be modernized. Like, what are we doing adding salt to a water softener?
But the problem is you actually have to get the salt in. I mean, the modernized is that there is an app that'll tell you. I just don't think I'm
No,
connected
not
to it.
even that. I'm saying just, dumping a big bag of salt in there. There has to be something.
The technology should have come farther along.
Yeah.
Joe, I hope that you're able to lift the bags. They're pretty heavy.
That's all right, Michael. I'm very
Probably
strong.
a quarter of your body weight.
It's okay. I can do it.
All right. Well, now that we got that fixed, let's give some stuff away here. Carmen is the keeper. Sporkle, Papap's your judge, scorekeeper, and salt provider. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Okay, today we're going to be playing Missing Word TV characters A through Z. So I will give you the letter, and then I will give you part of the name. You're going to give me the missing name that starts with the letter I give you.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Your first one, A, Morticia.
Adams.
Geo. B, Cleaver.
Brown.
Mike. C, Roseanne.
Carnival.
Connor.
Connor.
Damn it. The Connors.
Galvin. D, Shroot.
Dwight.
Mike. E, Bennis.
Elaine.
Mike. F, Mulder.
Fox.
Yes. Galvin. G, Lorelai.
Oh, is that? Who is
G,
it? Yeah? Gilmore.
Lorelai. What'd you say?
Yeah,
Gilmore.
Yes.
I was like, isn't that from Gilmore
Yeah,
Girls?
that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. And I waited.
Geo gets the point. Oh, sorry. H, Dr. Gregory. House. Galvin. I, Laura.
Ingalls.
Mike. J, Bauer.
Jack.
Mike.
Damn it.
K, Bundy.
Kelly.
Mike. And Pap. We're halfway there.
Gio is on the board with 2 points. Galvin slightly ahead with 3. And Michael is your leader right now. He's winning with 6.
6.
Yeah.
Very smart.
All right. All right. Missing word. TV
6 salty
characters.
points, Joe. 6 salty points.
Your next one. L, Lemon.
Liz.
Mike. M, Lahari.
What is that?
Lahari. I'm looking for the M name that's missing.
Mike.
Matthew.
Marischal.
Mindy.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
From the Mindy Project.
N, Crane.
Niles.
Galvin. O, Pope. O, Pope.
Octavia.
Oscar. Ollie.
Oh.
Olivia from Scandal. Great show. P, Hawkeye.
Pierce.
Mike. Q, Morgan Dorfer.
Quentin.
Q, Morgan Dorfer.
Morgan Dorfer.
You have to say it like that.
Dorfer.
Queen.
Queer.
Hello, I'm Queer Morgendorfer.
Quinn.
Gwen, close.
Quinn, why did I do that?
R. Swanson.
Ron.
Galvin.
Man.
S. Bart.
Simpson.
Geo. T. Soprano.
Tony.
Yes, Pap.
Galvin.
No. You idiot.
Galvin is the point.
Go salt your ears. Wow.
Your next one, you, Steve.
Irwin. No.
Urkel.
Damn it.
Urkel. Mike Calta.
Same.
Wrong letter and wrong person.
And Pap.
Oh, you stabbed my heart.
We're on the last three.
Gio only has 3 points on the board. He's terrible.
I had 4.
Galvin has 6, and Michael is your leader right now. He's winning with 9.
Oh, can be caught.
All right. Missing word TV characters, A through Z. Last 3. Here we go. V. Mars.
Veronica.
Mike. W. Bruce.
Willis. Oh.
Wayne.
Geo. And your last one, X. Warrior Princess. Galvin.
You said Mars. I was going to say Mars Volta.
Your final score, G with 4 points on the board, Galvin with 7, and
5.
Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 10.
Woo. All right, congratulations to line 1. Good morning. Who is this? Oh, yes, son of a bitch. Good morning. Who is this? Oh, too loud. Hello.
Nope, too loud.
Well, I gave you 3 times.
Done.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, this is Doug.
Hi, Doug. How are you, sir?
Hey, pretty good. How are you?
It's amazing how Doug could be so professional and answer a phone and follow all the rules. Doug, you're the winner. I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab you here during the break, and you'll have your choice of tickets.
All right, thank you.
All right, buddy. Hold on. Thank you. Doug on line 3, Carmen.
Got it.
I heard you sneak that yawn in.
Sorry. Yeah.
No more of that.
Yeah,
no more of
don't
that.
burn.
You're bringing us down.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm
I'll
tired.
have a whole new song and a picture about you tomorrow.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just tired.
Okay. Why are you so tired?
Well,
Were raccoons keeping you up all night, too?
No, you guys. Oh, you guys are gonna make fun of me.
Oh, probably.
Too much walking pad?
No.
You forgot to take your weight vest off?
No. That's hard.
Unclean time?
No. I started a new puzzle. And I lost track of time.
Nerd.
And I was up until like 10:15.
Listen, it's important that every show give equal time to special needs people. So we're
By
happy
the
to have
way,
you, Carmen.
remember the other day when I said you'll grow into the name Sandra?
Yeah, I'm already doing it.
It's here. It's here.
that's
You're
what-
Sandra.
Listen, puzzles are very good. Okay.
Oh, Sandra lost track of time and she was putting her puzzle together.
Yeah.
Now she's all sleepy.
It's a picture of the Windy City at night.
No.
Looks beautiful.
It's a picture of a taco plate.
Oh, man. No wonder you couldn't get away.
Yeah, it was making me so hungry.
Don't eat the puzzle.
I'm not going to,
All
but
right.
but yeah, I was just doing it and I was getting into it, and then before you know it, I looked at my thing and I was like, oh my god, it's 10:15.
Yeah, well,
So-
some puzzle, you get caught up in a good puzzle, Carmen.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah. Listen, it wasn't that. I do it to put myself to sleep, so I'm not on my phone.
Why don't you just get on your phone?
Because that keeps you up. That's bad for you.
Yeah.
Screen
I
time
feel like
is bad for
15
you.
minutes on my phone wipes me out. I'm like, all right, time to go to bed. I've watched
Carmen.
enough Long Island Audit videos.
Yeah. Carmen, if you want somebody to put you to sleep, just tell yourself about putting a puzzle together.
Or call me. I'll let you know about my dreams.
Oh, yeah.
All right, don't be so serious.
Puzzle lady.
All right, Calvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, adults at sea, no A in the AI, and I have a mission for Pete.
Pete?
Yeah.
Hashtag P-Face?
Yeah, P-Face.
All right. We got it coming up for you this morning. In fact, I'll tell you about hashtag P-Face when we come back as well. It's the Mike Calta Show. News is next on 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Still dealing with the disabled vehicles causing some slowdowns is northbound 275 on the Howard Franklin Bridge. It's just after the hump on the Hillsborough County side. 2 lanes blocked there. Crews on this scene. Going to take a while for them to get that out of your way. In the meantime, give yourself some extra time to get across, maybe an extra 10 minutes or so. Right now, Courtney Campbell Causeway and Gandy Bridge both up to speed in that direction. Hillsborough County has a wreck northbound 275 at Ashley. 3 left lanes blocked. Stop and go traffic with backups all the way to West Shore. I'm Monica with traffic.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar tonight, 7 p.m. Tampa AC Hotel by Marriott, 4020 West Boy Scout Boulevard, 1-800-875-PASS, camtechschool.com.
We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Tight on cash, say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
It doesn't matter where in the world you are, when you eat McDonald's fries, you're home. Day or night, rain, shine, good day or bad, there's something about golden, crispy, medium fries that feels like everything is going to be okay. And now I can get them for free when I spend $1 on any order in the McDonald's app. A deal so good, might as well pair with a classic quarter pounder with cheese or the iconic Big Mac. Get a little taste of home with Mickey D's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 7/31/25 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a week. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Hey, it's JP. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With the guaranteed offer, there are no showings, no open houses, and no costly repairs. Listener Ryan said, quote, Mark Spain Real Estate exceeded our expectations by helping us achieve significantly over our asking price. We received much more than we ever anticipated, and we cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough, end quote. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you could trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Choose when you want to move with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and close in as little as 21 days. Go to markspain.com to find out what your guaranteed offer will be. No obligation. That's markspain.com and start packing.
It's IDC's most anticipated event of the year. 0% financing for 5 years. That's right. High interest rates have been put on hold at International Diamond Center. Now through June, you can make any purchase and spread your payments out to 2030 without paying a dime in interest. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, earrings, pendants, and our largest selection ever of certified hand-picked diamonds and exclusive designer fashion jewelry. Pick any item, celebrate your love, get the value price you deserve, then spread your payments over 5 years. That $6,000 pair of diamond earrings is just $100 a month. That $12,000 engagement ring is just $200 a month. Everything's affordable with this amazing offer. 0 interest all the way to 2030. There's just one catch. This is a limited time offer just for the month of June. So don't wait. Let IDC help you get the jewelry you've been dreaming of at a price and payment you didn't think was possible anymore. International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Mike Calta for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. Believe it or not, Father's Day is right around the corner. And fellas, if you're tired of getting socks, ties, or yet another dozen golf balls, listen up. This year, ask for something that actually matters, the gift of a long, healthy life. Lifeguard Imaging is making that easy with their biggest offer ever for Bone listeners. When you sign up for their legacy program, you get a second membership, perfect for your spouse, a friend, or anyone you care about, for 50% off. Everybody wins with an offer like this. The legacy program gives you early scans that can detect heart disease, cancer, and other silent killers early, giving you time to take action and do something about it. Take the guesswork out of your health. Be proactive versus reactive with what's going on inside your body. Here's a scary stat. In 30% of all heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death, but it doesn't have to be that way. Lifeguard Imaging uses high-accuracy CT scans to spot trouble before it starts or it's too late. This deal ends Father's Day, so don't wait. Go to lifeguardimaging.com and sign up today. It could save your life or someone you love. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Sean Hannity and Jimmy Fallon together.
Could you imagine? I call Bill Clinton and he picks up, hey Sean, how you doing? It's your buddy Bill. I see a lot of hot chicks on those Fox programs.
It was like student loan forgiveness. Aren't you concerned? You're a dad. Yo, my son is 6'5". He's getting a women's basketball scholarship.
Punchlines and Patriots with Sean Hannity and Jimmy Fallon. Saturday, June 28th at Ruth Eckerd Hall. Get tickets now at rutheckerdhall.com.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
O'Reilly. You need parts? We got parts. Product availability? Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for $10 more, or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ruck, run, or walk it at the 3rd Annual Sergeant Anthony Patrick Malstat's Defender Ruck on June 7th. Choose the 5K, 2.2-mile Ruck Walk, or go virtual. Every step supports military mental health and suicide prevention, plus music, food, raffles, and more. Sign up now at defenderruck.com and use the code THEBONE for $10 off.
With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to markspain.com and start packing.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Variable clouds again today. In fact, today looks a lot like yesterday weather-wise. 70% on the rain chance with a high in the mid-80s. Damp and mild tonight with a low temperature in the mid-70s. And very warm and humid for Thursday with a 60% rain chance. Tomorrow's highs, upper 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We now return to The Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
Rumors spread around United Texas town.
All the girls have got feet fake.
You know what I'm talking about. Just let me know.
You hang low.
If you're gonna go
do it blow
to that homebound on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.
I'm here to tell you about my friends at Zen Film Solutions. You can find them online at zenfilmsolutions.com, or you can always contact them at 813-TINTING. Either call them or text them. If you need window tint because your car only has factory tint, and you think you're going to rely on factory smoked glass to keep the heat out in Florida, you're insane. If you're looking for paint protection film to protect against love bugs, construction. You just want your vehicle to stay in great shape and not get trashed by all the debris flying around. You can get paint protection film on your car, wind chill protection film, color change wraps. Say you bought a car 2 years ago. It was white and it was a great idea, but now you're bored with it and you want a new car, but you don't want to buy a new car. You just want a red car. Wrap it. Wrap it red. Zen Film Solutions does it all. They even do ceramic coating, paint protection. Anything you need done for your vehicle, you want to get a lift kit or you want to get, I don't know, I'm just going to use this term, cool tires on your car. Mm-hmm. They do it all. Mm-hmm. But if you need tint, whether it be on your office, whether your house, your vehicle, anything, 813 Tinting, hashtag PeteFace for 10% off. So they'll know you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. Zen Film Solutions for your car, for your boat. They do it all. ZenFilmSolutions.com or 813 Tinting. Text Pete and hashtag it PeteFace 24 hours a day. Especially 3 o'clock in the morning. He loves that. Tell him you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. We have a lot happening on today's show. Galvin has a brand new open letter coming up in about an hour, not even less than an hour. We'll also have an opportunity for you to win $1,000 coming up at 8 o'clock. And then we will talk to Jen Sturger about the Brett Favre documentary and the fact that Brett Favre sent her unsolicited D-pics back in the day, which made the internet and blew everything up, and how that affected her career and what she's doing now. She was known as the FSU Cowgirl, and boy, is she good looking. She will join us live on the show and on video, so you'll be able to watch her on Bone TV and on YouTube. Right now, though, it's time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
Pete said people drove all the way from Lakeland to get tinting on their car after they heard about it. They listened to the show.
Oh, nice.
And then they dropped the Pete face on him while he was there.
Yeah. Give me that 10%.
An in-person Pete face is even bad.
Never let it die.
Never let it die. Never let it die.
Never forget Pete face.
His face is our 9/11. What do we have in news, Calvin?
Today's top story, the White House defended President Donald Trump endorsed a big, beautiful bill Tuesday after...
can I be honest with you something? I have no idea what the big, beautiful bill... I hear him talking about it. I don't know anything.
It's a big, beautiful bill.
Right. That's all I know.
After outgoing Doge chief Elon Musk doubled down on his criticism, calling the legislation a, quote, disgusting abomination.
Oh, man,
Musk,
they break up.
Yeah, it seems like it. Musk, who has been openly critical of the proposed reconciliation bill, said Tuesday afternoon that he just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. He went on to say, shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it.
So who do we believe? We believe Elon or we believe the president?
I mean, Elon was the one going through all the stuff to make cuts, and now he's saying this is not it.
Yeah, I know.
They say it's going to add over $3 trillion to the debt.
But did we think any of this was going to be taken care of? Or did we all expect the same thing, that Elon was going to get in there and then the same garbage was going to happen?
Also, don't say you're going to take care of it and do everything and then quit and then say stuff on the way out. Okay, well, you're not doing it. You're not fixing it. So shut up.
I don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
Some people say it's going to cut Medicaid. Other people say there's no cuts to Medicaid. And
it seems like there's a lot of cuts to Medicaid.
Yeah. But they're also putting more money towards the border and the military.
I know, but
that's
seems
good.
Right. But I don't know. I don't know it's the lesser of two evils.
It's a big, beautiful bill. I mean, what more do you need?
It's beautiful. It's a bill.
What more do you need? They should call it the lesser of two evils bill. We're taking money from you, but we're helping out this one. We got to take it from this one to help out this one.
But also, isn't that every bill? Every bill is we're helping this guy because he helped us out. We're doing this. We're taking from here. We're giving it over here. You know, it's
politics.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to build stuff in your town, so you get more money and do this.
All the politicians are all trying to get their piece in.
Yeah.
How
about this? Beginning in August, the world's largest cruise operator is dipping its toe into adults-only territory with a series of sea sailings, short for sailings exclusively for adults. Carnival is hosting some select adults-only casino-themed cruises. Spokesperson said they're still a proud family cruise line, but they're going to start some of these adult-only ones. where it's, basically just adults going out and gambling and having fun, no kids.
Yeah, I mean, in
yeah,
what?
right? That makes. I think a lot of people would want that.
But do kids ever bother you on a cruise?
No, but I think a lot of people are going to, in their mind, go, "Oh, adults only. That's better."
I will say, when we used to have the cruise in like September, October, there were less kids because of school starting. So it was definitely more adults. And we didn't even need an adult section, where now that we go on spring break, I almost never leave the adult pool.
Yeah, I don't ever go in the pool.
I will tell you this. Do kids bother me on there? Yeah, they do. Because they get in my way and they don't know how to use a buffet properly. They just randomly go up to different. I go, it's a line.
Yeah.
Get in the line.
I do know, because when we went to Coco Cay, we were on the adult side.
Yeah. Right.
At one point, Joe and I just to venture around went to the other side where kids were allowed. It was chaos.
Yeah, but that's how they set it up. Adults go over here when they want to get away from the kids. That's why it never bothers me, because I just stay away from the kids.
You don't leave your room.
In all honesty, can I just be honest with you? I do leave my room a lot. I just don't go to the pool. I don't go to the area outside. I don't want to be hot, and I'm not swimming. So I don't usually hang out there, but I hang out outside. And I hang out mostly in the adult areas, in the casino area.
Right.
Yeah.
In that area.
I'm with Galvin, though. The only thing that bothers me with the kids is when they're at the buffet, because they don't know what they're doing.
Well, that's when you smack a kid.
They're grabbing with their hands. They're doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, stop.
Touching
But
things.
it does seem like I like going in the springtime. I like that we changed the cruises, right? Like the time and stuff. But it does seem to be more packed.
It's spring break.
With little people, right? Yeah. But with families, you know what I mean?
Little people.
Yeah.
You give me a cruise filled with little people, I will go on that cruise. Yeah. They won't change the salt.
No kids.
A 1.5.
I thought you meant real quick. I thought you meant like sexy cruises.
Yeah, you say adults
do
only.
that.
You say adults only, and you think that.
But they might be trying to say that in a without saying it.
Yeah, maybe more swinger friendly.
Yeah, and
a lot
also,
of pineapples out there.
Who does that bother? Also, do you hang your little pineapple on the door and people know? And I have no pineapple. Stay away from me.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I see listeners that I recognize and I'm friends with on social media that go on those cruises all the time. They look like they have a ball. I don't know. I don't know if they're just doing drugs or if they're swinging or what they're doing, but they look like they have the best time of their life. And that's not my thing, but they look like they're loving life.
I remember when I called a restaurant to make a reservation, they asked me if I wanted to be seated in the adults only section, and I was like, do I have to take my pants off? How does this work?
Don't order the pineapple.
I don't know what that means, but yes, I'll do that. A $1.5 billion AI company backed by Microsoft had to shut down after its neural network, the machine learning part of it, turned out to be hundreds of computer engineers based in India. So it wasn't actually the AI. It was just a bunch of dudes in there doing the answers and doing the stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why they get it wrong all the time, because they don't know.
It's just fake.
So Bailey all this time has just been some Hajib guy?
Probably. Could be. Yeah.
You son of a bitches. You got me.
But that's the thing about AI, is it's not done yet. I mean, it's still working.
But as Elon Musk said, look how far we've come in a year.
Sure.
In a year,
Sure.
like compared to where it was last year. And now all of a sudden every kid can make every video and song and anything we want to do in 5 minutes. And that's in a year.
I'm convinced that the AI we have that's trickled down to our phones, that's not real AI.
No,
I think the stuff that Elon's talking about is
Right.
the stuff that we can't even have access to.
Yeah, we have the free version that you're not paying for that doesn't have, all the stuff, whatever. Yeah, I would imagine it's 1,000 times.
By the time it gets to Gen Pop, it's like the basic, stuff they probably had 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I have a current situation going on that I can't discuss. And I asked, I can't discuss it on the air.
Let's talk about it.
And I asked Bailey what she thought the outcome was going to be, and she said not good. Yeah.
I don't think so either.
You don't know what it is.
What?
What I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm just talking about like AI. I don't think having AI in our hands like this is good. For us.
I think it's good. I just think it's going to be used bad.
Right. So it's not good.
Well, but I mean, the idea of it, though, is great. I mean,
what's the decision? Give us a little hint. Yeah. A little something.
I've had some cells that reproduced in my body.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, it was. Let's just say it was a legal issue.
Oh,
and I said, "Hey, if these are the things," and they said, "Probably not."
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if you can seek legal advice from AI, can you?
You can.
No, but you can give it all the facts, and it would make a
like the
decision.
scenario.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You can literally take a picture of a contract or any type of like agreement like that, and it will go over it for you and explain it to you.
By the way, Bailey, Tony's my new agent. I mean, I screwed it up. Tony Bailey's my new agent. I screwed it up.
Now you're locked in for another 5 years. A Texas bill on the verge of becoming a law would require labels on packaged food from Skittles to Doritos to Mountain Dew that warn about ingredients, quote, not recommended for human consumption by other countries. So they're finally going to start doing that where, I mean, there's so many.
But that's not going to change anything. People aren't going to stop eating Skittles. It's when they need to just get rid of it.
Some will. Yeah, I mean, that would be the better thing, but you're not going to be able to you're going to shut down that company? You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, but here's the thing. It's Galvin, I've never been more, woken up to a situation more than I was with sweetener, artificial sweetener.
Oh, yeah. Doing in another country.
When in other countries, they're like, they don't even know what it was.
Yeah.
And when I had to look into it, I'm like, how do you guys not know what Equal is? And they're like, oh, we know Equal is not legal here.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? I thought it was cocaine effects inside it. They're like, it's so bad for you. It's like, you shouldn't be putting that in your body.
Aspartame.
Like, oh. Yeah, but I mean, they've it doesn't even exist. Yeah. And it was in multiple countries. The only place that was given to us was here. They were like, yeah, take it all. And now even here, you can't get it.
No.
So I think that's the only way is to get it out. Like, if you tell me if I'm in America and something's available to me, I just assume it's okay.
Yeah, because of the FDA.
I just assume
that's
okay.
how that works.
In Germany, when we went to the gas station, the cigarettes behind the counter had pictures of dead babies on the box.
Yeah.
It was like dead babies and dead bodies and like rotten lungs.
But you get into the whole don't tell me what to do with my body. Like if I want to eat Skittles, I can eat Skittles. America, USA, USA.
But if you're poisoning someone and they don't know they're being poisoned, that you have if you told me if I have the FDA and the FDA is allowing cigarettes to go on the market, and I thought, then they must be okay for you. Not now. I'm looking at pictures and going, no. So this is going to happen if I smoke. You can still have the choice.
Are you getting rid of all alcohol?
No, because
there's no redeeming value in alcohol.
Yeah. Right,
but there's an age
poison.
restriction. There's like limits on it.
And it's well known that what alcohol can do to you, and too much alcohol and how it can affect your body. You're drinking it to kill brain cells.
Yeah.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, if I'm buying a kid's candy, I have no knowledge that that's bad other than the sugar, which is what I've been told.
Because also they don't teach nutrition in school.
But not just the nutrition part of it, the chemical part of it. I am not a chemist. I don't know. The nutrition stuff I understand.
That's what I'm saying is there's a slippery slope. If you start banning certain things and not other things, then it's a problem, whatever. Yeah, there should be either education, get rid of it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But do you think they're going to just shut it down? Shut it down, Doritos. You know what I mean?
It's too
no
late.
Way.
It's these countries they didn't have it to begin with. They never approved it, as opposed to here.
We shouldn't have been approved it. We shouldn't approve these things.
Yeah.
And the ones that are actively, I don't even know what it is, but so many people have said Skittles. So Skittles.
Yeah,
we should get rid of Skittles.
Red number 8 and all this different
if
stuff.
If that's what it is, then we should get rid of Skittles or get rid of the color that's change it to where they're not as bright as they should be.
And the thing is, they have these foods in other countries without these chemicals. So they are able to produce it.
But sometimes it's cheaper to do it that way here.
Right. But again, if you can make it that way, if you can make it a healthier way without these, quote unquote, healthier, whatever, if you can make it in a better way without all these chemicals for other countries, then you could do the same for us.
But that's the whole thing, and we say it all the time: follow the money. Follow the money. That's who put together the food pyramid and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And sugar is great for you and everything else. And 4 out of 5 doctors say smoke Marlboro. All these different things. But you've been in Italy and you had the pasta. The pasta is completely different than the pasta here. It doesn't give you that heavy, just I'm going to die feeling and stuff.
The most
bread,
amazing thing about that is my sister-in-law who can't have gluten.
She has celiac?
Yeah. Ate just fine in Italy.
Exactly.
ate bread, ate pasta, no
right.
problem.
Isn't that crazy?
The FDA can be bought and paid for.
Right.
Exactly.
100%.
It was proven. There's I want to say You Are What You Eat on Netflix. I want to say it's in that one, but they put out a few docuseries on Netflix about this where it just shows how the FDA is
corrupt.
It's a joke.
Oh, yeah.
It shouldn't even be a thing.
On top of all this talk about bad stuff, I'm starving.
Listen, my wife sent me an article saying that the contents of the White Castle burgers had cancer-causing agents. I don't care. I'm still eating White Castle.
Did you tell him though that you're a burger guy and your body just deflects all that stuff?
But we're all screwed by the microplastics anyways. Doesn't matter what we're eating.
But
there's
the
so
thing
many
is,
different things.
If you would have known about that early on, Gio, would you have eaten them? And then would you be addicted to them?
That's
Maybe
true.
not. You know what I mean?
Had they never introduced them to begin with.
Right. Like you should know all the facts up front and then you can make your own decision.
Right. Well, but that's kind of what Galvin's saying. They're going to put it on the packaging now.
Yeah.
So, which I think definitely helps make the decision. I can honestly say that when all the Skittles stuff started, I haven't had one Skittles.
Yeah. It's a step forward, but obviously more needs to be done. But also, look at anything you're buying. Look at the bread that you buy. You could leave the bread that you buy, like any kind of bread that you're buying, not like bakery bread, even bakery bread, but like you buy in a plastic bag. You can leave that sit for a month and it won't even go bad. Whatever. A tomato that doesn't rot.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Apples, all these different things that have a shelf life that's crazy.
We're buying bananas to make them rot so my wife can make banana bread.
Yeah.
And that's taking 2 weeks.
Yeah. it's wild.
Listen, as far as bread goes, though, Galvin, Aldi, they have 3-ingredient
loves Aldi.
sourdough bread. It tells you exactly what's in. I'm saying there are good variations. You have to find them. And Aldi is a great market for that because they took away all their all the red dyes and stuff years ago from their food. And they have a lot of alternatives that are very simple ingredients. So.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Wonder Bread that I don't even know if that's bread.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a wonder.
Don't even.
So foods containing certain ingredients would require warning labels on new packaging begin in 2027. So it's not even for a while in order to be sold. That's just in Texas. With the second most populous U.S. state with 31 million residents.
Suck up your Skittles. You got a couple more years.
Yeah. Skittles. I mean, you got to know Skittles are bad for you.
I just assumed Skittles are sugar. Just sugar.
Yeah. But there's sugar and chemicals and everything else. The Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers are no strangers. The two NHL teams met last year in the Stanley Cup Final, where the Panthers took the trophy home, winning in 7 games. And they'll meet again this year for a rematch, which begins tonight. The series begins at Edmonton's home arena, Rogers Place. You can catch game 1 tonight at 8 p.m. The entire Stanley Cup series is on TNT and on Max.
There you go. It's the most exciting time for hockey.
Who's winning? How many games?
Who's playing again?
Oilers and the Panthers.
I think the Panthers take it.
Yeah?
I think the Panthers are they've got a goalie that's unbeatable, and I think the Panthers take it and they win it in 5 games.
I don't want the Panthers to get back-to-back Stanley Cups like the Lightning did.
Yeah.
Then it makes it less special.
I say Oilers in 6.
I like it. I'll take that.
Oilers in 6.
I love to see Canadian teams lose to Florida teams.
Yeah, that's the
Although
thing.
Panthers look unstoppable, man.
Yeah.
I want Canada to lose, but I also don't want the Panthers
Yeah.
to get back-to-back Stanley Cups because that's what we had.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Police in Pennsylvania are on the lookout for a thief who robbed a local gas station by flashing a gun and a knife and got away on rollerblades. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Scoot, scoot, scoot.
Gun and a knife. So he's got to be proficient with left hand in one of those.
I would never rollerblade with a knife.
I got to tell you, if you're a guy and you're rollerblading, happy Pride Month.
Well, you could just have strong calves.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't like to run.
I used to rollerblade all the time when I was a kid.
Used to.
Yeah, true.
Can I tell you something that's going to make you mad?
Sure.
Because you're going to think I'm saying this to be a dick, but I don't. I think if you're a man and you play soccer, same thing.
Okay.
Or European.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't that just like the way you look at things? You just have I think the way where I grew up, nobody, if you weren't Hispanic or European and playing soccer, you're a little, you had high socks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wearing high socks. People over 30 are listing sounds that from their childhood that younger generations won't hear, like a floppy disk being read.
The the number one sound is America Online.
America Online, yeah. Or You've Got Mail.
Yeah.
Or the chunk credit card machine that you used to have. Remember whenever you'd put your credit card in there and they go chunk and it would catch the credit card and snap it in half? And the click of a metal seatbelt. Like all seatbelts are, the electric now, it seems like.
Most of them, yeah.
Most of them.
I don't know. I have mine are all manual seatbelts. Yeah, I don't even think about that.
Yeah, a lot of the new cars have
just have it already.
Yeah.
That car I'm driving now is way too much of a car for me.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I am not man enough to drive it. I'm driving a Chevy Silverado Duramax diesel.
It's diesel?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You said before because I asked you if it was a dually and you didn't know what that meant.
When I turn that thing on, it does that. It's fast, and then I fill up with diesel, and I feel like it's a month before I have to fill up again. I love it. I love it.
It's a real man's truck.
It's a real man's car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I should be hauling things or at least know how to fix stuff. If somebody was stuck in a mud thing, I have the technology to pull them out, but I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. You can kind of tell by the fact that you're calling the truck a car and you said if they're stuck in a mud thing.
Yeah.
What are you stuck in a mud thing?
Don't call me if you're in a mud thing. I don't know how to get you out.
All my brother-in-laws, they drive diesel trucks.
Yeah, they look like men.
It's real men stuff.
Buddy of mine who is a fireman, he had a big, one of those, I forget what, a big like Z71 truck thing, back in the day. And he would pull people out if they were stuck in like a ditch or whatever. And he'd go, hook this to something. You want to come with my truck? Because people would just like hook it on their bumper and stuff and just rip it off. You got to actually hook it to something so that it pulls the whole thing out.
There was the guy who pulled us out of a mud thing in Orlando, and Tom got the Sprinter stuff on the median. And that guy was like, I wanted to give him money. And his wife goes, he lives for this. He's dying to pull people out.
People with like big trucks like that just love to do that.
And they always have.
And he had us out in 5 minutes.
Yeah. They always have the straps, the tow cable. They have it all in the back.
Ready to go. Ready to go.
He was ready.
Today is National Cheese Day.
Cheese.
Yeah. National Cheese Day. You had some cheese? Joe had some cheese?
I did. Joe and I both had cheese sticks, different one. Now, we didn't share a cheese stick.
Joe, do you have a hot dog over there?
I do. You want to see it?
Do you really have a hot dog?
Yeah, right here.
You got it in a little Ziploc bag.
Oh, come on. What are you doing?
Ziploc bag hot dog.
Little road dog, huh?
No, it's a pocket dog. What are you talking about?
Listen, that is Bush League. You're putting it in a plastic Ziploc bag where it has all that condensation. Now the bun's all soggy and everything. You put it in foil.
Yeah, that's right.
Put it in foil.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Well,
I learned in the
I'll
Brady
change.
Bunch, you put it in a flashlight.
I'll
That's
change
right.
my
Listen,
transportation method. I will start using foil.
What a jerk.
All right.
2 ways to go. Flashlight with beans or
Hey,
foil
Joe, if you need salt on your hot dog, we got a whole bag.
Check with you.
that you can't lift. Diddy's trial had its first big outburst yesterday when a female heckler had to be escorted out of the courtroom. She yelled, quote, "These MFers are laughing at you. You're laughing at a black man's legacy." I don't know what the hell that means, but
then she said, "Baba Booey." Carried her out.
Possibly. Is anybody watching any of the trial?
It's not on.
Well, okay.
Yeah, it's not on. That's the whole point. If it was on, I think more people would be glued to it, but they don't want to allow cameras.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're just showing the terrible drawings of Diddy. With
What's that, Carmen?
I'd say there are some like influencers online that are like keeping up with it because they'll like read the report and they'll like break it down for you day by day. But for the most part, it's just, he was a weirdo.
I was trying to see if we can get somebody to come on the show for 5 minutes a day and give us the update on the Diddy trial. But I want it to be somebody straight from the streets. And I don't know how to find that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to find that. I don't know how to find somebody straight from the streets who's able to watch it and get all the information. It would have been better.
Yeah.
I feel like when they get close to a verdict, that's when I'll hop on and see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything now.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just hearing it, and by the time I get the information, I've heard it from 19 different sources.
I forget that it's even happening until somebody mentions it.
And I also people are people and use AI. They're making AI videos about the stories that are being told in trial, and so I don't know which ones are real and which ones are fake. Because I heard one about Diddy's mom making macaroni and cheese with Diddy's special sauce and making them eat it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But again, this was AI. So was this a real story or was this someone making up story? You know what I mean? So it's hard to know because the trial isn't being broadcasted live.
Oh, I saw a thing the other day. A guy posted, he said, we're dead as a civilization because so many people commented. Look at the comments on this. And it was a AI thing of Eminem with his ex-wife, and she's back in rehab, and da-da-da, and this and that and everything, and then you zoom in on the picture, and it doesn't even look like Eminem. It looks like, you can tell it's just an AI, and this guy, somewhat Eminem-looking.
Believes it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the news reports? And at the end, they're like, and make sure you know this is all AI generated.
Yeah.
This was completely false. And they're like, make sure you're sending this to your parents. So they know they can't believe every news story that they hear because it is like you wouldn't be able to know. There's someone in the studio, someone out on the streets.
Okay, but here's a different way to look at it. That thing is saying your parents because adults now, older adults, don't know the difference with the AI. The worst is these idiot kids. Like my daughter tells me yesterday, do you know the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean don't mix? And I go, what are you talking about? And she goes, they get up to each other and they butt up against each other, but they don't mix. I go, of course they mix. There's water. No. And she shows me this video, and the video is a brown lake and some white ocean water, and they're banging against each other. And she's like, look, they have video. I'm like, come on, you idiot. It's not even an ocean. Yeah, but I mean, you teach kids that at a young age, and they don't know any different. So we're screwed on both ends. We're the only smart ones left.
Adults are getting fooled by this stuff.
I told you my mother-in-law was telling everybody that Mike Wolf from American Pickers killed Frank, the other guy.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
It was on trial for murder and all this stuff. And she told my wife, and my wife goes, I don't think that's true. Look it up. And then she sent her a thing and said that it's not true. And my mother-in-law goes, I have so many people I have to call back. Like, just no idea. No idea. Here is the mission for Pete.
Okay.
Because I think he can help us out.
Hashtag Pete Face.
He's got his fingers everywhere, and certainly with guitar stuff, he's in on it and knows all the different players, movers, and shakers, and all that stuff.
All right.
The guitar that Michael J. Fox plays in the Enchantment Under the Sea dance in Back to the Future is a cherry red Gibson ES 345, and it has been missing since 1985. Gibson wants to find it. They even made a Have You Seen This Guitar poster with all the details, and the stars of the movie, including Michael J. Fox, made a video pleading for its return. The guitar was rented from Norman's Rare Guitars in Los Angeles, and it returned after they were done with it, and nobody knows where it went after that.
Well, really? I would imagine Norman's got it in a vault somewhere.
It's likely that somebody bought it from Norman's, but there's no record of a sale or anything.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know whether maybe somebody swiped it.
Yeah.
They were like, that's the guitar from Back to the Future, yoink. And, that's why there's no record of a sale or anything. Or Norman does have a lot of guitars.
Right.
So maybe in a warehouse vaulted, or something. Or who knows what.
That's interesting.
Keep your eye out.
I have my friend Andy who does all my framing and memorabilia and stuff. He has one of those guitars signed by Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Huey Lewis. He's got the elf from Lord of the Rings.
Frodo?
What's that kid's name? Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood, because he was one of the little kids. Biff.
That's right,
He's got all the Back to the Future people signed.
Michael J.
on the
Fox takes the box skateboard thing from him. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got all those guys on one guitar. He's got the most Back to the Future memorabilia I've ever seen. He's got hoverboard signed.
Well, you got me the Christopher Lloyd license plate signed.
From him. Yeah.
Out of time.
Yeah. He's got the most Back to the Future stuff I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
I think it's 1960 or 1961. So it's a red Gibson ES 345. So, Pete, find it.
Get on it, Pete.
What does the Michael J. Fox autograph look like? You see the jokes online, the memes. It's all crazy.
It's pretty. I mean, you can see what it says.
Just MJ.
You could read it.
Yeah.
No, it said Michael J. Fox.
Oh, really?
You could read it. Yeah.
That's sad.
I started hanging. I'm sorry. I had Dino hang some memorabilia upstairs.
You act as if we were going to call you out.
I knew it was coming. So I need to start up in my game now. I need to get into the movie memorabilia game.
Yeah,
because I got the movie room going now. So,
what do you got so far? Anything cool?
I got a Goodfellas poster signed by the entire cast of Goodfellas.
That is pretty good.
I have a Ocean's 11 poster signed by the entire cast of Ocean's 11, including Cooney and Pitt.
You got your Miles Teller
And my Miles Teller I haven't hung in there yet because it looks like Tom Cruise signed it. Then you get to it. Yeah,
another one right back there too. The Offer with Miles Teller.
A lot. There was the one that was out here, and a lot of times when people come in, they're like, "Oh, Tom Cruise."
Right.
I go, "No, Miles Teller."
Yeah, it would have made sense if they would have had a picture of Rooster.
I think Kevin Smith said that. Oh, Tom Cruise.
I actually gave Miles Teller a picture of Rooster, and he gave me back that picture of the post. He thought I'd like that better.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's very cool. Yeah.
It'd be cool to get what's his face on there.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. No, I can't think of him. I love him.
So I read yesterday
from Maverick or what?
Yeah,
from Maverick.
Yeah, the
Which
other
actor?
guy, the new Iceman.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, I love him. He's great in everything. I can't think of his name now.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Yeah.
Tom Cruise said that he would only let the Mission Impossible franchise go on if Glenn Powell took over, and Glenn Powell said no. He said it's a losing proposition. He said the only way you could do it is to do it with the stunts that Tom did, and he said my mother would never let me do this stuff. He was like, "There's no way."
And you're always going to be compared to Tom Cruise, and it seems like Glenn Powell's doing every remake. Like, you don't want to be known as that guy that's just doing every remake.
Can I tell you though that how you take that franchise and make it continue is you just introduce a new team. They're not after Ethan or it's just an entirely new impossible mission force. Their job is to go out and do, you know what I mean? That's it. And you introduce new players, and every once in a while you can mix in a Benji or one of those other guys, but you just Glenn Powell and his team are the new Mission Impossible team.
That's kind of how the new Twisters reboot was.
Yeah.
It's just a whole new team, people doing the exact same thing.
Who is in that?
Glenn Powell.
Exactly.
I couldn't believe I couldn't think of his name. I love that guy.
You made me think of something you were talking about. Best autograph out of anybody we've gotten autographs from.
Jameis Winston.
No.
I don't like the best
Shaq
actual
Barrett.
signature.
The best, what they signed and what they put on the autograph.
Dave Mustaine.
Dave Mustaine.
Yeah.
Dave Mustaine, good. But I think Rick Allen from Def Leppard, where he draws himself with one arm. That's good. Pretty great.
That was good. And also one of my favorites is Chris Jericho. Jericho wrote, thank you to inviting me to your weird dungeon thing. When we first built this place.
I saw Jericho with his band Fozzy, and they were doing Love Gun by Kiss, and so just rocking it out, man. He's having a blast.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I started watching MacGruber last night.
Oh, really?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, let's do it. And I put it on, and every second of watching it, I got up to hug.
Yes. So good.
So you're in, right?
I'm in. I'm gonna watch it all, and I will give you a full review.
Just the very beginning where the kid steals the soccer ball. He'll get it back. He'll get it back. Yeah.
No, it's funny.
Yeah, it's
funny.
hilarious. Yeah, by the way, it is on Netflix now, so if anybody wanted to watch it, whatever, it's so funny. A couple different people DM'd me, and they said, I'm watching MacGruber right now. I go, it's the best. It's the best. I watch it all the time. Billionaire Mr. Beast says that he had to borrow money from his mom for his upcoming wedding. Marrying a lady?
So why is he a billionaire just on paper?
That's what he says. He said, I personally have very little money because I reinvest everything. He said, sure, on paper, the businesses I own are worth a lot. But as far as actual liquid cash, he's doesn't have a ton. I would imagine he still has enough money.
Yeah.
But that's also how and why he's worth so much. You know what I mean? If that was in his bank account, it wouldn't be worth $1 billion.
Right. But here's my thing. I'm not, I have money. I don't have a bunch of money just sitting in a bank where I can go take it, but I have a little bit saved. So if I needed money, I would just go liquidate something and get money. I wouldn't borrow money from my mother, especially if I was worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, but probably I would imagine over the years he's given her a ton of money.
And I bet it's all his money.
Right, and he's saying that he's borrowing it from her. I just saw Mark Cuban the other day was talking about different stuff. They were asking him about what he invested on Shark Tank, anything that's making him a lot of money. He goes, yeah, dude wipes. He goes, Dude Wipes will make a couple $100 million this year. He goes, I have 25% of it that I bought in for like $200,000.
Wow.
He goes, so I have that. He goes, there was
that sponge too, the little smiley face sponge,
Mr. Scrub,
or
whatever. Yeah, that was Lori.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, she has that. I know for sure. But
why is that thing so good?
It's amazing.
I guess it's just unbelievable.
My wife buys one every couple weeks.
Really?
Does she know she can return them for money?
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, you can recycle them and return them to Sponge Daddy because they'll, repurpose them.
They swear by. She swears by.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we have to have this.
It will get like any stain out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to save money and you have the time to do it, you can do that with almost anything. Shoes and all kind of different stuff. Go and look on different websites and see what their return policy is. A lot of places will be like, yeah, if something happens or if it's under a year, just give it back.
Yeah.
And they'll replace like sunglasses, like all these different things. If you have the time and you want to be that kind of a person, but if you want to save a bunch of money, you can do it for
Carmen,
sure.
my wife was rocking a pair of Gucci Birkenstocks the other day.
Yeah.
And so she showed them to me, and I couldn't care less about them. I don't know if they're real, fake, or what the deal is. What it is a company that takes old Gucci purses and then repurposes them and makes other items out
That's
of
cool.
it.
Oh, that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
So she had Gucci Birkenstocks. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, I wish there was more guy take Nike shoes and make wallets. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that do that different stuff, and it's really cool. I mean, I would imagine if you look on Etsy and stuff, you'll find
Etsy.
a lot of that stuff. But that's like the women that'll take and repurpose the different jerseys and everything and make pants out of them, and jackets and hats and all kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's amazing what people can do. And especially with the internet, you see all that different stuff. It's wild. So Mr. Beast borrowing money, and then Jackie Chan, who is in the new Karate Kid, Legends, or whatever it's called.
Legend. It's Jackie Chan. It's Daniel San.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
He said that he did not understand a single thing Chris Tucker said during the film of the first Rush Hour movie,
great.
which is hilarious. Do you understand what's coming out? Of the words that are coming out of my mouth? He did not. He did not understand anything. I remember seeing him doing something and he didn't know the word and he was saying the word completely wrong and they're like, cut, and they're like, Jackie, it's not that, it's it. And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't speak English very well, so he's just learning as he's going along, which is hilarious. Did not understand one word.
Don't look it up. How old is Jackie Chan?
I would have to imagine he's 68.
I bet he's older than that. I don't even know. But I went to a truck stop one time.
Yeah,
and
this is weird.
Yeah, well, I was in a truck stop. I was on my way to. It had to be in the early 2000s, and I was on my way to Memphis. And I stopped at a truck stop, and they had old DVDs of Jackie Chan from like the 70s.
Oh, yeah. He was, yeah.
I didn't know. He'd been around forever. I thought Rush Hour was his first movie.
No, he was popular in China, but he didn't cross over into America until later. By the way, he is 71.
Yeah, that's
71.
what I figured.
Yeah, but he has a ton of movies prior to Rush Hour or anything that he made in America.
I do want to go see the Karate Kid Legends movie.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'll watch it whenever it comes out.
I think the fact that it's been out and nobody talks about it.
Well, it just came out.
But nobody's
this past weekend.
Nobody's saying nothing about it.
Yeah. I want to go see it.
Jackie Chan.
It's on the box.
No. The Foreigner, I think the movie was. Is that what it was called? Hold on, let me see. No. Jackie Chan, The Foreigner, was a really good movie, if you haven't seen that. It's with Pierce Brosnan, and it's really good. I came across it one day, and I watched it, and I was like, that was a good movie. Like, Jackie Chan did a really good acting job, too. Also, talking about Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker in Air, the movie about Nike.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker's great in that.
Yeah. He is. It's weird because I didn't know Chris Tucker before Rush Hour. I knew he'd been in Friday or whatever and seen his face, but I didn't really know who he was. And I thought it was really funny in Rush Hour.
Oh, yeah.
And then you think that that's going to be a launching pad for him to do all these other movies, and there's really not a lot.
Remember, he did that Fifth Element where he was that weird character and stuff, and he played that great. Like, he's an odd guy, but he's pretty good. But, yeah, he plays it very straight in that Nike movie.
I feel like Kevin Hart came in and took all the parts.
Yeah, that might be true.
Could be,
yeah.
Did you just fall?
No. I turned my mic off to move my mic.
Oh,
I was
okay.
adjusting, but I, didn't time it out good.
All right.
Sorry.
I don't know if I've made a bigger 180 on somebody than Kevin Hart. God, he annoys me.
Yeah.
It's
like when
because
he
was
came
in
out.
too much.
Yeah, when he came out, but it's also he's not funny. Like he does, it's like one trick pony. You know what I mean? Like when he came out, Grown Little Man was a great stand-up special. It was really funny and stuff. But now every time I see him, I'm like, God, get off my TV. He did a thing for the NBA Finals, and it was just him yelling over top of Charles Barkley and Shaq and those guys. And I was like, can somebody get him off the microphone?
Yeah, his shtick is kind of tired.
Yeah, it's wore out
at this point.
I don't like it.
He should do something with The Rock.
The good thing is he has about $800 million, so he doesn't care what I think.
I'm sure he's very concerned.
Mike Calta, you're going to be excited about this. Starting in September, episodes of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy will air the next day on Peacock and Hulu. So if you don't catch it the very next day, you can watch it on Peacock or Hulu.
I mean, this nerd tapes Jeopardy every day, but that's good to know.
You got to go. You know what's happening and stuff.
Had me up again last night. Late night Jeopardy last night. Masters Championship.
How'd you do?
I didn't do too well.
No.
It really makes me feel dumb. I'm so good during the week, and then I watch the Masters, and I look at them in, and I don't even know what they're talking about.
But it's the Masters, you know?
I mean, they're the
best of the best.
Smart people. Smarties.
Finally in news, UltimateClassicRock.com ranked the 50 greatest power ballads in rock history. I will tell you, a lot of them are from the 80s.
Sure. The birth of the power ballad.
Yeah. So, and it's not all like hair band power ballads. It's just a power ballad.
Okay.
When I say power ballad, what's like the first thing that comes to your mind?
That Never Let You Go song by
Steelheart?
Steelheart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't see Steelheart in here. I have the top 10 here. We'll just go top 10. We don't need to do all 50.
Would More Than Words count as a power ballad?
Yeah, I guess.
Or is it a ballad without the power?
Yeah, it doesn't really have any power to it.
All
That's
right.
more just
Like
ballad.
Here I Go Again. Is that on there?
It is not.
Give us number 10.
Number 10 for the best power ballads is Heaven by Bryan Adams.
We're in heaven. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay.
You should stick with A Whole New World.
Yeah.
I wasn't auditioning for American Idol. Okay, I'm just.
Well, if you were, you didn't pass.
Oh, by the way, I watched AGT last night.
So did I.
It's horrible. Did you see
Okay.
the dancing guy they let through? The gold with the gold buzzer?
No.
Oh, it was so bad.
They let a dancing guy through. Did you see the Indian guys kicking each other, flipping around?
I didn't see that
one guy
one.
lay on his back, and the other guy get up on his. It's like a circus act.
Yeah.
The one guy kicks his feet, and the other guy flips over. And my wife's like, "Oh my god!" I go, "What? I've seen this in the circus for the last 50 years."
Yeah.
And then the one singer, though, I was very happy. The country singer that came out, and he was not great. He sounded good, but he was like a karaoke singer, and I could tell. This is when I shut it off because they were like, "Yes, you're good. Yes, you're good." Simon's like, "I'm going to be unpopular and say no," and they don't let him through. And then he goes over to the producer, and he goes to the producer, "Is there something we could do?" And she goes, "Let me work on it." And I go, "Oh, here we go." So now we're conjuring up a whole fake scenario.
Right. The crowd reactions and the judges now are just as bad as The Masked Singer.
Yeah.
It's just they had some rock band that was playing an Adele song.
I
and
saw
they're like, "Oh,
yeah.
this is so great. I love it." I'm like, oh my God.
I saw that too, and it's the worst. But I'm hate watching it.
Yeah,
I'm
watch
hate
it
watching it
every
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Every time. Yeah, that's all that's for is hate watching.
All right, power ballads.
Power ballads.
I don't know.
Ultimate Rock, UltimateClassicRock.com ranked the 50 greatest power ballads in rock history. I have the top 10 for you. Coming in number 10 is Heaven by Bryan Adams. Number 9, Sister Christian, Night Ranger.
What about, is there something by Heart in there?
There is something by Heart in here. There is, coming into number 2, Alone.
Alone, yeah.
By Heart. Yeah, great power ballad.
Keep thinking about it, okay?
Do it.
Here we go, Bone fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
new. This hour's keyword is new. N-E-W. Head over to the 1025 Bone app now and enter new N-E-W before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone Bonus could be yours.
Not one of you bitches bought us a pizza.
Not yet.
Not one of you bitches.
Not yet. Mm-hmm. Any other guesses for this? For the power ballads?
Is Aerosmith in there?
Aerosmith is
crying or crazy.
No, let me guess. Oh, the close my eyes.
No, go deeper.
Oh man,
go older.
Older. Angel.
No, older. First album.
Dream On.
Dream On.
Yeah.
1973. Yeah. Dream On. Aerosmith.
Is Foreigner in there?
Foreigner is in here. I mean, you talk power ballads, you're talking Foreigner. I Want to Know What Love Is. 1984. It comes in at number 5.
Okay.
Yeah, you can give me just bands if you want to.
Okay.
Because it's pretty obvious a lot of these. You're like, oh yeah, for sure.
Power ballads.
Mm-hmm. You got Bryan Adams, you got Night Ranger, you got Aerosmith, you got Heart.
Kiss in there? Is Beth in there?
Kiss is not in there. Kiss is not in there. I can give you another one that's in there.
Who?
We've had him on the show before. He imitated a wolf and a lamb. Meatloaf. I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that. Coming in number 6.
I still don't understand that song.
Coming in number 6, you heard it quite a few times on one of the cruises because you had a piano in your room and Pete sat at the piano.
Motley Crue's Home
Sweet Home. Home Sweet Home comes in at number 6. Number 5 is I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. Number 4, these guys are kind of the kings of power ballad.
Kings of the power ballad.
The lead singer's nickname was The Voice.
Journey.
Don't Stop Believing.
Is that a power ballad?
Sure. Because it starts out slow and then starts rocking. You know?
What about Guns N' Roses? November Rain.
Comes in at number 3, Gio.
Right.
November Rain, Guns N' Roses, 1991.
There's no power in that song whatsoever.
Sure, whenever.
Oh, it's Slash kicks in towards the end.
Starts kicking in. He's on the cliff. He's playing the solo in the wind and stuff. Number 2 is Alone by Heart, 1987. And according to UltimateClassicRock.com, the greatest power ballad in rock history. I can't tell you the band.
Oh, it'll give it away.
Because it's the artist name and the band together. But I will tell you, it came out.
John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band?
No. It came out in 1984.
1984 is not Van Halen.
I was too young.
You're going to go, oh, of course.
Too young. You dick. 1984.
Carmen, how old were you in 84?
Oh, I was not even.
Father's worst
there.
nightmare.
Yeah, she was negative.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Number 1. Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Yeah, well, Prince and the Revolution.
That came out in 84?
1984.
Sure.
Wow.
Right when the movie came out.
Yeah.
So
that's a great song because you can just play that song for 15 minutes if you wanted to because it's just the same thing over and over and then solo and then go back to it and go back to the chorus.
The only lyrics I know is Purple Rain. Purple Rain. I don't know what he says, but
Carmen, you were not born?
In 84?
I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, no. I was born in 91.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I was 4 years old.
I was 2 years out of high school.
Carmen was born 20 years after us.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, Purple Rain is a great song.
It is.
Not everybody should do it.
Did you know, did we talk about this? I don't know whether we talked about this before. I saw a thing, and it's very behind the music kind of thing, whatever, that Prince, did I tell you about this? Wrote a song for his keyboard player. His keyboard player.
Wendy?
No.
Lisa?
The doctor guy, I think. Yeah. And he had like a side project band, whatever, and I forget what they were called. But anyways, he wrote a song for him. And the guy was like, it was kind of like a Bob Dylan song. It was like a ballad kind of Bob Dylan thing, whatever. He goes, so we reworked it and put keyboards to it and did a whole thing, whatever. And he goes, and then we recorded it and everything. And I played it for Prince, and I go, here's the song. I kind of reworked it and this and that. And Prince goes, oh, yeah, that's my song. I'm taking that back. Turns out Prince recorded his vocals on the version of what they did, put it on his album, Kiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so that was like a total like slow Bob Dylan acoustic thing, whatever.
I just want your extra time and your kiss.
But then the guy recorded and did all this work, and Prince goes, "Yeah, no, that's fine." Winds up becoming like his biggest song. How funny is that?
I'll take that.
I was talking to my old friend, my old agent Ross Reback one time, and he says that Prince is the greatest of all time. And I go, "What?" We were like kind of half arguing about it. And he goes, "Let me just give you one situation." He goes, "Carmen Electra." I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Prince met her one time and said to her, 'You're beautiful. Your name is Carmen Electra now.'" And he goes, "And she is Carmen Electra." He goes,
"Yeah,
not too many people could do that." And he goes, "You just looked at her and changed her name on the spot, and she is Carmen Electra." And I went, "Okay,
that's pretty great.
You got it." So he wrote a song, gave it away, and they reworked it. He took it back.
Liked
It's
it
my
so
song
much.
now.
He said, "Yeah, no, that's mine. Remember, I wrote that." So
I shook hands with Prince. One of my great accomplishments.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just by chance we met. I came around a corner. He came around a corner. We were face to face, and I reactionary put my hand out, and he put his hand out, and we shook hands. I could say from now on, I shook hands with Prince.
That's
That
wild.
was great. Anyway, we must take a break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Jen Sturger. Jen Sturger is the FSU cowgirl. You know her. She had been very popular in the 2000s at FSU games. She always was there with other hot chicks. They would catch the attention of news, and her story went wild. And then she picked up a job for the Jets at some point. And at that point, Brett Favre got on the Jets. And then Brett Favre started hitting on her and sending her D pics. And the story is just insane. And it went on to ruin Jen Sturger's sports career because nobody was taking her seriously anymore. And she eventually got into comedy. There's a new documentary out about Brett Favre and how we hold these Hall of Famers and these great athletes in such high regard when some of them are just really bad people. Brett Favre seems to be one of those people. When we come back, we'll talk to Jen Sturger about the new documentary next. You'll be very surprised to hear the fact that that the two of them is something you find out right away in the documentary. After all this went on and all these back and forth, they've never even met. It's insane. You'll listen to the story when we come back with Jen Sturger live. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. The Bone Bonus is back. The Bone is giving you $1,000 5 times a day, every weekday. Listen to The Bone for your chance to win $1,000 at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, and 5 p.m. every weekday. Want to buy something you saw on Instagram that you don't need and probably will never use? The Bone can help. It's the Bone Bonus, hooking you up with cash every single weekday. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. The Bone Bonus is back. 102.5 The Bone, real, raw radio. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Still dealing with slow going on the Howard Franklin Bridge because of a disabled vehicle. It's on the Hillsborough County side after the hump as you make your way in that direction. 2 lanes taken up. Also, crews on the scene there. So that means backups into Pinellas County. Going to take you a lot longer than normal to get across. Courtney Campbell Causeway and Gander Bridge, not too bad. Headed into Tampa. An earlier wreck in Tampa, northbound 275 at Ashley Drive, now on the shoulder. Still causing some slow traffic. Backups all the way to Del Mabry. Westbound Hillsborough Avenue off Falkenberg Road, a wreck with some lanes blocked there. I'm Monica with traffic.
Gas goes up, groceries go up, and yep, so does your power bill. Solar Bear helps you fight back with the first 12 months completely free, protecting you from rising costs. Solar Bear, own your energy. Visit solarbear.com.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
Hey, it's Captain Zach Stern from Tampa Bay Fishing Radio. It's heating up, and I'm not just talking about the weather. I'm talking about Rivard Buick GMC's quest to be the #1 GMC dealer in the country. With the help of customers from Tampa Bay and all over the state trusting Rivard for the purchase of their new vehicle, they're closer than ever to that #1 spot. To ensure Rivard Buick GMC gets that #1 spot, they have over 1,000 vehicles in stock and the biggest discounts they've ever had, like up to $14,000 off MSRP on new Sierras. Visit RivardBuickGMC.com today and take advantage of their hunt to be #1 GMC. LLC. We are professional grade.
Mike Calta for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. I'm here with Frank Maldonado, Director of Operations at Lifeguard Imaging. Frankie, our listeners may be familiar with Lifeguard Imaging, but tell us a little bit about Lifeguard Imaging and how you guys are saving lives through early detection.
Well, Mike, as I think you already know in the past, my dad was a surgeon up in Maryland, where I'm from, and tragically lost his life to pancreatic cancer because of a misdiagnosis of a CT scanner. Became kind of a motivation for me to keep his name and his story alive. Opportunity came to utilize early detection scanning, which we do, and it's been a remarkable change.
We often hear the term silent killers. Tell me about these and how Lifeguard Imaging can help detect these before it's too late.
Millions of lives are being lost every year to multiple forms of heart disease and cancer. They call them the silent killers because they don't have symptoms generally until it's too late. We're finding these silent killers at the earliest stages. Patients are surviving.
What are some of the risks our listeners face if they don't get scanned?
It's a simple fact of if you can find a disease at the earliest possible time, you can defeat it. If you don't know about it, you can't. So by getting scanned, we're giving people information they can utilize and again, save their life.
Stop putting this off. You have the chance to take control of your health today. Think early detection as an investment. Just like you would invest in your home or your car to ensure longevity, investing in your health is the best way to ensure you or your loved ones are around you for years to come. The earlier you can detect heart disease or cancer, the better chance you have to treat it. You don't have to die from these silent killers. Lifeguard Imaging is offering our listeners a free heart scan valued at $599 with a few minimum requirements for you and your spouse. Visit lifeguardimaging.com today or call 813-649-5214.
At Racetrack, you'll find everything you need to get through the day ahead.
The morning hits hard when you get up early. You're obviously tired and looking surly.
Grab some made-in-store breakfast, freshly ground coffee, ice-cold drinks, delicious hot food, and snacks all in one stop.
The day is long and can feel like a grind, but you'll get fully stocked and everything will be fine.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
An all-day haul to get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Hey, it's JP, and my friends at Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you could trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
At Advent Health, we know the heart. We've mapped it, modeled it, repaired it, and rehabbed it. We've screened it, strengthened it, and saved it. We know your heart, and we know there's an unstoppable human spirit at the center of it. Learn more about whole person care and find nationally recognized heart care specialists at FloridaHeartExperts.com.
You got leaky pipes, cold showers? Well, no problem. Hawkins Service Co. has plumbing deals that'll make your wallet smile. Get $250 off when you install a tank or tankless water heater, $100 off a water conditioning system, and they're waiving the service fee with any plumbing repair. Do you need more? How about $49 drain cleaning or $500 off a whole home repipe? But hurry, these deals will flush away after June 30th. Give them a call today, 813-445-8209, or visit them online at hawkinsserviceco.com. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
At Brandon Honda, we have the hottest hybrids in stock and on sale. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now, get the brand new Accord hybrid for just $199 per month. Get the award-winning CR-V hybrid for just $249 per month. Or get the all-new, just released 2025 Civic Hybrid Sport for just $199 per month. With gas mileage as high as 50 miles per gallon, these award-winning hybrids won't last long. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-448-7710 for more information.
Pin Chasers has Bone Bowling Night every Wednesday night for just $12.99. It's all you can bowl from 9 until close. Go to pinchasers.net to reserve your lane, and you'll get that same great deal at the Pin Chasers in Pasco County, in Brandon, the one on Armenia, and the one right off the Veterans on Hillsborough. Tons of great indoor fun for your friends and family. Pinchasers.net.
Get ready for an unforgettable day on the greens. The first annual Budweiser Folds of Honor Charity Golf Classic is happening Friday, June 28th at the legendary Chichi Rodriguez Golf Club. Enjoy a full day of golf, ice-cold Budweiser, giveaways, and more. Each golfer scores a goodie bag, lunch from Abe's Place, dinner from Fresh Kitchen, and complimentary beverages all day. And don't miss the live auction and a jaw-dropping parachute jump by the SEAL team. Spots are filling fast. Register now at budgolfclassic.com. Play for a cause. Swing for a hero.
Injured? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Wheel Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone, and this next guest has been on the show before, but it's been a long time, and still looks absolutely fantastic. I watched... Jen Sturger is joining us. I watched that documentary last night. I was waiting for you to get old and ugly, and you have not changed at all. Well, I mean, it happens. But usually hot girls, especially during that Maxim era, they had that high point, and then you see them again, and you're like, Jesus Christ, you look fantastic.
You know what? Thank you, man. I don't know if I can say that this early in the morning. I'm holding it together with Scotch tape over here, but I think it has a lot to do with I quit drinking. I quit drinking, and I'm not a big partier. I never have been.
Right.
Like that was kind of all for show back in the day. So yeah, I think once I gave up drinking, like I kind of reversed time a little bit. So
did you ever have a drinking problem, or did you just let it get just a little just partying?
No, I realized I didn't need it and I didn't want it, you know? And I'm a much better comic when I don't drink. And I think that's when I really was like, I'm going to make comedy a full-time career. I was like, I can't be needing to be this way to get on stage. Yeah. So I really think it's when I dialed everything in, but I just don't need it. I feel much better without it.
Most comedians are usually they're at their best when they're miserable drunks. You're just the opposite.
I'm trying to show people that you don't have to be miserable in order to be funny. Yeah. Trust me, there's enough things to be miserable about. You don't need to add to it.
Can I be honest with you about something else? The last time we saw you in the studio has to be close to 10 years ago, maybe 7 years ago.
It was. I was in there with Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. There's no way in the world I thought you'd still be doing comedy. I'm just being honest with you. Not that you weren't good, but a lot of people want to try it out and they want to start it out and they want to do it. And then they realize how hard it is to do and how much effort has to go into it. And do they stick it out? You've stuck it out and then made a career out of it.
Thanks, man. You know what's funny? There's this interview that lives rent-free in my head. And it's Ari Shaffir and Joe Rogan talking about my situation. Like, this was a couple years ago, and they were like, isn't it crazy how everyone's last-ditch effort is our full-time career? And I'm like, I have to hang on, if for no other reason than just pure spite. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But no, I love this, and I feel like comedy is where I've always belonged in the first place. I used to get in trouble all the time when I worked in sports because I would be funny and I'd make jokes, and they'd be like, you need to take this job seriously. And I'm like, we're covering people playing a game for a living.
Do you realize how far ahead of the game you were? Because, I mean, look at how popular Barstool Sports is and Pat McAfee is now, and you were doing that. You were really the change in that era.
It's funny because when other people say it, it sounds like a compliment. When I say it, it sounds like I'm full of myself.
Well,
I'm trying to explain to kids, like, back in my day, I was Katie Nolan before Katie Nolan was a thing, or Barstool before Barstool was a thing. And I think that there was always a space for it. But like when I look at my career trajectory, I was always doing stuff like right before it got popular. Like I was one of the first people to do YouTube video.
Yeah.
Like that's how old I am.
In the documentary, you were one of the first people to get your Facebook followers limited because you had so many followers right out of the gate. Let me, if you can, I got a backstory a little bit and tell everybody who Jen is if you don't know. Jen started out in FSU. What year was that that you went to the game that they put you on TV?
2005.
2005. She is not the big party girl that you would think that she would have been. So there's a documentary on Netflix right now about Brett Favre, and I did not know your story on how you got to the FSU games. I just assumed, like everybody I know that goes there loves to go to the games, do the thing, that you went there because that was the big game. And that, is this a true story that the reason why you were wearing that top is because you got your shirt wet?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was it? Just a bathing suit top?
Work. Yeah, I just come from work. I went to a tailgate. I had a bathing suit top underneath it from bartending in a bathing suit top because that's what they wanted us to do to make money as college kids back in the day.
Yeah.
And so I had somebody spill beer on me at a tailgate across the street. And I was like, I don't have time to go home and change. I'm just going to rock this. And the rest is history.
The best line is, there were guys next to me with no shirts on and glitter paint. I think I'll be okay.
It's so true. But there was such a double standard about like men being able to be shirtless in the stands, but you have a crop top on and everyone's giving you sideways glances. You know?
For the record,
like,
we were all for it. We don't.
Thank you. So it's so funny because the last time I was in your studio was with Bert Kreischer, and you know, I love to see what he's created, you know, and he's playing arena. I've gotten to watch him play arenas and stuff now, and I'm just like, man,
also shirtless.
Just two kids from Florida State who got famous taking their clothes off. Right. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing with you. You didn't take your clothes off, at least not right away. Like you didn't do it. That's not how you got it. You went like the sideways. So you go to the game and they spot you. You didn't go, hey, I'm going to go there and try and get the attention of everybody. At least not in the first game. They spot you. And Brett Musburger makes a comment about you, the straightest guy in all of sports. He talks about how pretty you are. And you know that then all of a sudden everybody's like, yeah, this is what now those two girls that you're with that first night, they're not the ones that you stayed with over time. Did you rotate girls out, or is it after a while you just built up a little team?
You know, it was kind of like I built like a squad.
Yeah.
You know, the first two girls were there, I think for a couple of weeks, and then it became three, and then there was like a Saved by the Bell Next Generation. You know what I mean? Like there was a new class the following year because girls were like, hey, I want to do this thing that you did. And it's like, great, because the other girls graduated.
How did did they get to you? Like, I mean, I would imagine that's a coveted spot now to be with you, the original girl, because there's a lot of people copying it, but to be around you would have been the coveted spot.
Yeah. It's just interesting because girls were like, teach me how to catch lightning in a bottle. And it's like, I don't know. Like this wasn't calculated, you know?
Yeah, but you know what? Yours is so organic that's what made it work for you. Yeah. Why you were different than everybody else.
You know what it was, man? It was the fact that I got online and I interacted with people and I had a personality. Yeah. Like as much as people want to pass it off as like she was just popular for her looks, it's like, no. Like the concept may have started there, but it's like I got on stage. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I showed people that I was an actual person. Yeah. You know, or as much as you could be on the internet.
And you were doing that, so you were doing influencer things before influencers really existed.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
When I first started having
before you can make money on it.
Yeah.
When I first started having Jen on the radio, she would come on and do football picks and then promote the other bar gigs that all the different cowgirls were going to be at. But she would come on and talk like sports for like, a half hour, 45 minutes and say, hey, I'm going to be at this bar for a bikini contest on Thursday and Friday. And she just came in and did that.
Were you smart enough to say, because I watched in the documentary, you were in the band and you were that kind of person. And you said I had to learn about football to know my cues for marching band. Were you smart enough to then say, hey, look, I got this fame. I got to know about football so I can go and talk about it? Or did you get a genuine interest in sports now that you were in the middle of it?
So fun fact, my college sweetheart was actually a sports management major. And one of his final exams was he had to create a football playbook. So I sat there and I played NCAA video games back in the day. And I taught myself because he's like, if you help me with my homework, then we can hang out. And I'm a nerd. And I was like, absolutely anything to hang out and have a hot boyfriend. And that didn't work out.
Can I tell you something real quick, though, is that I used to produce a show that was 3 girls doing sports here in Tampa. And I was a producer of that show, and there would be all these hockey players, and they had no idea how to say their names, and I would tell them how to say their names. So they came up to me one day, and they go, do you just love hockey that much? I go, no, I don't even watch hockey. I play NHL on PlayStation, and hearing the announcers is how I learned to say all of their names. That's such a smart move.
Exactly. So, work smarter, not harder, man,
So here's the story. You're at FSU, and people start getting attention. You're working hard through social media, which is just becoming like a budding thing. There's MySpace. MySpace was the big thing at the time, which has now been obliterated. But at the time, it was extremely popular, and it was able for people to connect with each other. And a lot of people were able to follow you and connect you and bring you into their network, which made you grow as an influencer. Is the first job you get at the Jets, or is it somewhere else in sports?
No, my first job in sports was at Sports Illustrated. So I got offered a big gig with Sports Illustrated, doing a lot of their online video content. Like, they were one of the first people to launch it.
Yeah.
And so they sent me around and let me basically be a college student without the homework for a full, football and basketball season. So I did college hoops with them and college football. And then the following year, I got hired by ABC to kind of do the same thing, to do the pregame stuff for March Madness.
Right.
And then the Jets was probably the third big gig that I had. But I had a bunch of small gigs in between too,
Did you graduate?
Yeah.
So
I graduated. I graduated on the road.
I was saying, you have to leave.
Yeah, I got offered a full-time job while I was still at FSU, but I was working so much at the bar that I was just like, well, I'm getting offered my dream job. Why would I not go and leave? So I took the job with Sports Illustrated. I finished up on the road, and I did classes online through University of Florida.
Oh, that's so smart. And I forgot the Gen X was one of the shows.
Yeah.
Gen X, that's a great idea. And they have you out and they have you doing these things. And this is now something that you'll see is very common, to have younger people out there doing these things with celebrities or athletes, but there wasn't a lot of that going on then. And it certainly wasn't hot chicks. So you're out there in the middle of all this. Is this when you start getting in Maxim and all those things?
No, Maxim came before that. I did everything out of order, man.
Yeah.
I got cast in Playboy's top party schools that November. I got discovered in September. I did Playboy in November. And then Maxim called me the week after I shot Playboy, and they were like, hey, you want to come shoot with us? Wait, did you shoot Playboy? And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I literally just did it last week. And they're like, well, people aren't really going to look at our magazine because they can see all of it there. But so they were like, when does that come out? And I was like, May. And they go, great, we'll put you in March. We'll see you next week. And so that's how great. Maxim happened. Yeah.
Question, as a father of a daughter, how did that conversation go when you were going to tell your family you were going to be in Playboy?
You're like, I'm just bracing myself for the future.
I don't like it at all. I mean, it's weird because I know that one day she's going to grow up and be a woman and it's going to work out and all that stuff, but I don't know I don't know how I deal with that.
It was not the easiest of conversations. I will say that my parents have been oddly supportive for the most part of it, but they always were just like, hey, just weigh how this is going to impact your future. Right. And back in the day, we just didn't know the power of the internet, and that images stick around for forever. So
Which we'll
it's
get
not
to later.
just exactly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like we just didn't understand the power of the internet and like that these things could follow you around forever. So, you know, do I regret it? It's like it wasn't the greatest experience shooting for Playboy.
Yeah, but I mean, it is one of the things you have on your resume that very few people get to say that they did. It's a small percentage. It's like guys getting to say they played in the NFL.
Yeah, but it's just the NFL of boobs, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Like,
yeah, no,
I don't know. I don't want my kids. Like, my wife is pretty. If my wife had been in Playboy now, and we could tell the kids about it, hey, not that we're going to sit them around the fireplace, but like, Mom showed her boobs. But I wouldn't be embarrassed by it. I wouldn't care if it happened already. But if I had to go through it, I don't know if I could do that.
I have to remind people, like, hey, this is back in a time when that was considered like one of the highest of compliments.
Sure.
That was like, oh, you are considered one of the most beautiful women in the world to make it in this magazine.
Yeah, you weren't
And
in Busty Cheeks magazine. You were in Playboy. You were in the top of the top.
You're outing your reading list right now, Mike.
No one's surprised. No one's surprised at all. This is Jen Sturger, who is joining us, who was nice enough to get up in LA and talk to us. Now, before we get to the comedy route, you go to New York, you go to the Jets. How long are you there before you feel comfortable doing that job? Because I mean, even though you've done other media stuff, you're in market number one now, and you are with one of the most vile fan bases of football teams, because they've been losers since Joe Namath retired. They've been nothing but losers chasing a championship, and there you are getting thrown in the crowds, in the stands, in the middle of all these people. How vulnerable did you feel?
It's funny because I still have nothing but love for Jets fans.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're just lovable. They're lovable idiots. You know what I mean? Like they truly no, but they are. Like Jets fans, honestly, they've gotten what I've gone through pretty much this whole time.
Yeah.
Like Jets fans weren't the people that attacked me when all this came out. It was really most of the hate and stuff that I received was from Green Bay. You know, it was from Green Bay and from Minnesota.
Because Green Bay is Brett Favre's parents, and the other teams are just cousins, and they get it. They realize what. So let's get to the meat of that situation. So Jen is working for the Jets.
That's the wrong word.
Yeah, right? I'm outing my reading list again. Jen is working for the Jets. She's doing very well. I thought in this documentary that's on Netflix, I thought that the guy who they assigned to be with you did a great job of defending you and giving a point of view that is not yours, but you're on your side. It was somebody beside you to be on your side. I thought that went really well.
Yeah, and I think it just shows that we were just two kids that were out of our depth, working in a place that really I wasn't set up to win, you know?
Yeah.
I wasn't set up to be safe. Like I literally, like you said before, I was kind of thrown to the wolves, and they put Tim with me because he was on the larger side and he was a tall guy.
Right.
But by no means was he security. And it was just interesting listening to him recount the way things happened. And I was like, oh yeah, this is all accurate, because like so much of what happened to me at the Jets, I kind of dissociated from, just because it was just that was the only way I could get through it, you know, was just to be like, I'm a robot and I'm just going to work. And people don't realize, like, I was on so many antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication and no one knew why.
Right.
Like in my family, you know what I mean? Like the organization knew why. They knew there was stuff going on. But no one around me in my inner circle really knew why, because it was just embarrassing. And I was afraid if I told my parents what was going on, they'd make me come home, you know?
I'm watching this documentary. The documentary is called The Fall of Favre, and it's on Netflix now. I'm watching it as a father, and I'm trying to, because everybody's going to have their own opinion. There's going to be people who think that you are wrong. There's going to be people who think that he was wrong. There's going to be, and whatever you want. I'm watching it as a father of a girl who's going to call me up one day and say, I was just approached by this guy, or this guy did something to me, and what my feeling would be towards that. And it bothered me a lot, because I'd heard the story before and I just blew it off. But then I put myself in that situation, and it changes. You are there, and you are not associating with Brett Favre. You are not in his you're in the vicinity, but you're not seeking him out for interviews. You're not trying to do stuff with him. He gets attracted to you. He sees you and reaches out to you. Did you ever find out who gave him your phone number?
No.
No.
I mean, there was a name that was listed in the MySpace that I think they blurted out. But it was an employee for the Jets, you know, like he had a specific handler there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I never actually found out. I just know who I was approached by at the game to try to get my phone number, and I declined. But
did you decline because he was married, or did you decline because you just had no interest in him whatsoever?
No interest whatsoever.
Yeah. That's
truly.
That says a lot about you, because for a girl that's probably been called a cleat chaser and all this stuff in your career, this would have been the ultimate. You were at the top of that time.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think that the thing that gets lost in anyone that thinks that I'm the bad guy in this situation clearly has never experienced an uneven power dynamic in the workplace. And I think that is the thing that really needs to get drilled home here, is that I was a kid, and I was basically a minimum wage employee to the Jets. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was nothing, and I was inconsequential, and I was inconsequential to the NFL. And at the end of the day, the NFL investigation was never going to do anything to help me when everything finally came out, because, like, protecting me, I'm not worth anything to them, you know?
Yeah,
like, this guy's worth more in retirement than I was ever going to be worth to the NFL.
You were, in essence, especially to the Jets, an experiment, because they had never really done anything like that before. They're doing this with you, hoping that your youth and your connection and your, the fact that you're going viral at that point would help them out, and it did. And but if they have to get rid of one of you, it is no doubt going to be you over Brett Favre, who they've just paid all this money to come out of retirement and come play for them. So Brett Favre hits on you. You decline his offer. He ends up contacting you anyway, and jumps right to it. Tries to get you to come over his house right away.
It's the timeline's a little bit muddled.
Okay.
Like the documentary, like, I don't want to like go through it.
No, but
because,
that's,
like,
but
you
that all
don't want
those
to pay
things
for my
happen.
therapy today, Mike.
But those things didn't happen.
Yeah, and it's truly what it comes down to was cyber stalking. You know what I mean? It was all cyber stalking and cyber bullying, and it was people don't realize this. I've never met Brett Favre. I've never been around him.
That is an excellent revelation in the documentary, is that the two of you have never actually met.
But I've been saying that since the beginning.
Right.
Why has no one listened to me?
Because it's hard. I'll tell you why. It's hard to understand as a normal man, okay? Like, I like you, and I think you're really pretty and all that stuff. The last thing I'm going to do is go, hey, what's up? And just send you a picture of my wiener. Like, I have to be, but you have to understand who I think I have to be before I would have the balls to do that, no pun intended. I'm just going to send this woman a picture of my penis, and she's going to turn around and fall in love with me and be like, all right, well, now I'm coming over. I mean, but you have to think that he's been coddled and had his ass kissed his whole life, that he actually thought that was appropriate behavior and that you were going to fall for it.
You know, I've said to people before in the past, I'm like, maybe I was on a really bad group chat. Like, I can't be the only person that received that picture. I truly don't think I was. Like, and that's the thing is, if this documentary coming out has taught me anything, it's that I've always thought my scenario was so far-fetched that people couldn't possibly understand what I went through.
Yeah.
And this documentary coming out, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, has shown me, like, this is a far more common thing than people understand. And there's a lot of repercussions for women who say no.
Oh, Jen, how many NFL players have we dealt with in just the last year alone that have exposed themselves to massage therapists that have made
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
I mean, that's in the documentary too.
Yeah. I mean, it's right. Well, I wasn't even talking about him. I was talking about other player. But how many there have been that are just these guys that feel so entitled that they feel like they can get away with this kind of stuff, not even taking into consideration what this can do to you, because at the end of the day, now you're 25 years old. You're dealing with this guy making advances towards you that are clearly unwanted, and you've been very honest about that up front, and there's nobody there to take your side. There's nobody that you feel like you can go to say, hey, leave this kid alone.
You know, I think one of the things that's been the most eye-opening for me since the documentary's come out has been the international reach that it's had. Right. Because I've had people, and it shows me, honestly, the sympathy I've gotten from people around the world, and the outreach I've gotten from them has really shown me how badly the American media messed this up. Yeah. How badly they fumbled the ball in terms of how they portrayed me. Because if they had portrayed the story for what it was in the beginning, I don't think my career would be where it is now. You know what I mean? For better or for worse, because I love doing comedy, but like I still could have had a career in sports if this was properly handled.
Oh, you would be blown up on Barstool. I mean, you'd be the Barstool $100 million a year girl. I mean, I don't mean to try to rub it in. I'm just being honest with you. You were ahead of the game.
Yeah, thanks for reminding
me. Question. Okay, so this is what everybody's thinking, the people who didn't watch the documentary and that they're wondering. Brett Favre sends her a picture of his ween. He's making it. Why didn't you take that at the time? Was it out of fear or was it out of not wanting to deal with the situation? We had TMZ at the time. We had, obviously, Deadspin. We had a bunch of those websites that were able to make you a lot of money if you wanted to do that. Why did you choose not to go that route?
For lack of a better answer, it's not my character.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, it's just not, I don't want my, I was in such a bad place when the season ended with the Jets that honestly, I was like, well, I look this way, so I must have done something to bring this upon myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, she was dressed that way. What did she expect? And so people are like, where's her accountability in all this? And it's like, no, trust me. I spent a lot of years examining my accountability in this situation and like times that I put myself in scenarios based on but like people don't realize that's what was rewarded at the time in society. Like, you know what I mean? Where
you circle back,
you remember the shock jock era? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what sold.
When you circle back to it in your own head, you never even met the guy. So where do you can't have much, you can't hold yourself very accountable because you didn't lead him on. You didn't do anything to make him think that what he did was okay.
But also I could see where she would think that people would be like, oh, she's a problem. That's a stigma. You know what I mean? Like they blame her regardless of whether she had nothing to do with
I thought for sure in the beginning that you guys were probably banging. And I didn't know you at the time. I didn't know you at all. And he's Brett Favre and you're hot. And I don't know. I just assumed that they had something going on. That's why you had pictures of his privates. And now, but let's clarify for the people who didn't see the documentary and don't know, you did not do this. You were friends with the guy who ran Deadspin, and he was a confidant. You had explained to him what was going on, and he took it against you. He calls himself in the documentary a scumbag for betraying you. He said the two scumbags in this situation are him and Brett Favre because you didn't do it. You didn't bring everything to him and say, hey, let's go make money off of this. He betrayed you.
Yeah, and that's like one of the key points I want people to take away. One, I never met him, and two, like I didn't put this out there into the world, you know. And this is pre-Me Too, right? You know, so this is pre-women coming out and telling their stories because all the stories during Me Too were handled by women, you know. And my situation was put out there by a guy who, honestly, he kind of talks about it in some podcasts that I've done with him since, and it's he's like, I just got tired of seeing this guy treated like a god when I knew what a scumbag he was. And so once he had my story, he was like, especially when this is during the time when Favre kept going back and forth about whether or not he was going to retire and like holding the media hostage. Yeah. And AJ was just like, screw this guy. Yeah. And so unfortunately, I was just collateral damage, for lack of a better word, you know?
Yeah, it's a shame, but it did get the story out there, and it did, explain. I mean, this documentary is not about him sending you wiener pictures. It's about what a bad person he is. I mean, the didn't even get into the scandal about him taking the money from the city, and there's a whole bunch of things in there. And yes, him holding the NFL fans hostage and betraying the Green Bay fans by going. I mean, some of that's sports, but some of that's just being a scumbag.
Yeah, and I think I walked away from at least my second watch of it. The first watch, Netflix came over and watched it with me, and I just kind of checked out.
Yeah.
because I forget how hard that time in my life was, and it was so easy. It's so easy to put myself back there mentally, so I have to be very careful. And I did a ton of therapy and worked with a coach before I did the documentary, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't causing myself harm in doing this, because like Untold was probably the 10th person or production company to bring me a documentary like this.
Right.
Their pitch was the only one that made sense to me. And they assured me that my story, while it was being told as part of his, it wouldn't just be to service his story. You know what I mean? Because every time I've told my story previously, it was to be a part of some journalist angle. And so the parts of my story that fit that angle would be the parts that would be used. And Rebecca, the director of the documentary, was like, no, like I want to make sure I do as much justice to Jen's story as possible, So,
well, I think that's good, because there are also, critics will come out and say, "Oh, why is she waiting until now to talk about this?" You didn't. You've been talking about it since it broke, and you didn't go and say, "Hey, I want to make a documentary about this." Somebody has made a documentary about what a bad person Brett Favre is, and this is part of that story. And I think it's important people know that.
And people have been trying to do this, honestly, since the Mississippi scandal broke in, 2020? People have been asking me since 2020 to do this documentary. And it finally happened last year. Like spring of last year was when they finally convinced me, So it took a while, because I was just like, I'm happy. I've gotten into comedy. I'm doing well. I'm doing well with comedy.
Yeah.
I don't need this in my life anymore. But honestly, it felt like I couldn't touch it on stage, like doing comedy. Like I couldn't approach it until I had done the work on myself to be able to talk about it in a way that didn't harm me. Because for a while, every time someone asked me to talk about it, it just felt like I was publicly slitting my wrist. I was like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. Also, it doesn't define you. You're not defined by that. So, and I think that
I'm not defined by someone else's terrible actions.
Yeah.
Like, why should that be the headline in my Wikipedia?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's the truth, man. Or somebody else's unflattering picture also. We're talking to Jen Sturger. Now you get into comedy. That's ballsy as it is. You're like, all right, I'm going to, here I am going through some stuff. Now I'm going to stand on stage in front of people and be judged for the rest of my life.
But I wasn't talking about this, I was talking about myself and everything else and my opinions on things. And I don't know, I've always just been a super irreverent person, and it's gotten me in trouble more times than I can count when I worked in sports. Like, I worked for Larry King for a little bit when I first got out to LA, and I had to cover the Miami Dolphins bullying scandal, if you remember that.
Sure.
And again, it was like the only other time someone's gotten me up this early. I had to be into the office at 6 a.m. to do these hits for Larry King. And that day was I was covering the Jonathan Martin stuff, and I was just like, this is the biggest controversy to hit the Dolphins since the disappearance of Snowflake. And I said it straight down the barrel of the camera.
And he probably had no idea what you were talking about.
And the only person that was even paying attention to me in this room was the camera guy, who poked his head out and was like, did she just, this smart ass. And then I get a note from my producer later that was like, did you drop an Ace Ventura reference at 6 a.m.?
That's hilarious.
He was like, take your job seriously, Jen. I was like, you hired the wrong person. Like, that's who I've always been.
Yeah.
I would get in trouble all the time when I worked in sports. Like, I mean, the Jets, honestly, is the only place where I was like, oh, this makes sense, because this is the only place you can hand a girl with Asperger's a live microphone and no one's going to notice, New Jersey.
Who are the first comics to take you seriously? I know Bert brought you through. Brad Williams was here when you were here. Who are the first, because, right away you're like, okay, she thinks she's going to be funny now because she's pretty and she's got a little fame. And then comics don't like that. I mean, like you said, what Ari said before, it's what we say about everybody who decides to do a podcast. Oh, you're just going to go buy equipment at Radio Shack and do a radio show now? But I mean, the truth is that you waltzed right in and you did it.
I mean, I fought for it.
Yeah.
I fought for it for sure. And I think I had to fight to be taken more seriously by. I had to fight to be taken more seriously by audiences than I did comics.
Yeah.
You know, I think comics respected because they were seeing me grind. They were seeing me get on stage. And, you know, I did things like roast battle here on the comedy scene in LA, you know. So I was in front of, you know, Jeff Ross and all those guys and Tony Hinchcliffe. I've done roast with Tony. And one of the first roasts I did with Tony was we were actually dressed as pro wrestlers, like dead pro wrestlers. I was Miss Elizabeth. And he was Ultimate Warrior. No, he was Macho Man. And after I was done doing my set, he went to go roast me as if he had pre-written a joke that basically was like, she wasn't that good. But the problem is I had killed. And even Tony had to admit in the moment, he goes, she wasn't supposed to be this good at this.
That's a great feeling when you get that from other comics.
Yeah, especially someone that's, you know, at the top of the roast game, regardless of how you feel about his comedy. It's in terms of the roast world, like he's the top of the hill with Jeff, you know.
So do you tour around the country? Do you mostly stay in LA, or what are you doing now? Because we haven't seen you here in a while.
I tour quite a bit. I did a lot during the fall. Like in the fall, I was on 3 tours simultaneously, which was probably poor scheduling on my part. Like I was beat when December came around, but I plan on being back in Tampa probably late this fall to run my hour. And I am talking about this on stage. Probably in a way that people don't expect, because it's more told in retrospect and like the bigger themes that we can all relate to. It's not like it's not about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not about him. It's not about all the events of what happened. That's what the documentary is for. This is about how I've processed those events and the meaning that I've made out of them and how I've come out the other side of it, you know?
Good. Well,
so I hope I get to come back to, to Tampa to do my hour, like I said, in November or December. So I love it if people could stay in touch, and on my Instagram or whatever, you can sign up for my mailing list and you get alerts whenever I come back to the area.
Good. Well, I'm glad things worked out for you. I remember, it's so funny how things come full circle. The first time we met was 2005, 2006, maybe 2005. You're blowing up at FSU. I'm seeing you in the news, and Gio is friends with you. And I don't even really know Gio that well. And Gio was able to get you to come on the show while we were doing mornings. And I remember my big idea was to get you to take a shirt and cut up the shirt like you cut it up for the games and made it all sexy and all that. And then, over the years, we've stayed in touch, and I've watched your career, and, you take this fame and you get this 15 minutes that everybody gets, and then it's what you do with it, and you're certainly taking it and running with it. So I'm happy for you. I'm glad the documentary came out. I hope it helps you out, at least helps you feel better about the situation and lets people know what really went down.
Yeah, and I hope that it just helps me close this chapter for everybody, because I think one of the hardest parts of it is, even when you moved on from something, it's like, imagine if every time you've moved on, someone has to like throw in your face like the dumbest thing you've ever done, or like the thing that's caused you the most shame in your life.
Right.
And it's like, I hope now that the facts are out there, we can collectively move on and like acknowledge the situation for what it is. I'm really kind of bummed that I haven't heard more from people in the sports industry, like, no, sorry, no, nothing. Like, hey, we railroaded you. Like, people don't realize, like, for the last 10 years, I've been teaching sports media classes, like, especially in the state of Florida, like at Florida State, University of Florida. I've been teaching journalism classes there and being like, hey, this is what actual sports media is. Yeah. And kind of being a cautionary tale of what happens when you burn a source.
Would you take one of those jobs now still? Would you take a McAfee type job, or if Barstool offered you something, are you still interested in doing something like that? Sports-wise?
I think a McAfee type job for sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, he's kind of carved out his own niche that like feels fun. Yeah. And like I said, like I think sports always have taken themselves too seriously. If it was something that was more of a hybrid job versus like a hardcore analyst job, I'm all for it. You know, I've always been more about like sports entertainment, which is how I ended up with wrestling sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, like the McAfee type jobs, yes. But in terms of like, would I ever want to work in sideline reporting? Absolutely not. No. I think it's just it's got such a low glass ceiling that like women just cannot break through. And I love that I'm able to use my voice to do something so much bigger than that, than just breaking down injuries on a sideline.
It's funny you said it, because in the documentary you say you wanted to be I don't remember who you said, Leslie Visser or
Susie Colbert and Aaron Andrews.
Aaron Andrews is the only one to really break out of that and do. I mean, the rest of them, that's all they did was that sideline. No matter how popular they got and how big, Aaron Andrews is really the first one to break out of it and do more than that. Yeah. So
it's because you're not allowed to show any kind of personality, you know, and you're just there to, and the same thing goes for pro wrestling backstage stuff. You know what I mean? It's such a limited niche thing, you know, but with comedy, it's like I have complete control over everything I say when I get on that stage.
Good.
Like it is up to me, you know, once I have that microphone in my hand. And I love the opportunity that is open for me. And I love the fact that I teach classes out here in LA, and I help other women learn how to navigate the business out here, because I want women to have a better experience than I did when I was coming up. You know, I was very lucky that I had guys like Bert Kreischer and Brad Williams and Chris Porter that took me under their wing and like showed me how to tour and showed me how to be like a comics comic. You know what I mean? Because I think I very easily could have fallen into that influencer comic thing.
Right. You don't want that.
I wanted to be taken seriously and respected by my peers, because that's something I never had in sports.
Yeah. Well, listen, I know how every day how bad it sucks to get up early and have to talk on the radio. So I thank you so much for getting up and joining us and staying in touch with us over the years. And let me know when you come to town. We'd love to have you on the show when you're in studio in November or whenever you come down.
I love that, man. I'd love to get on the radio and not talk about private parts for once.
I figure we'll talk about somebody else's private parts by that time. You never know. The documentary is called The Fall of Favre. It is on Netflix. It's an easy watch. It's actually a good documentary, even though it's a bad story. So, and Jen Sturger, we thank you for coming on the show, Pumpkin.
Oh, I love you guys. Take care, okay?
So long. Goodbye. There you go. The great Jen Sturger. What a nice girl. Listen, I have no different opinion now that she's not on the phone. When she's on the phone, you know what I mean? I watched that, and I immediately felt like a father would feel if that was my daughter when it was on. I'm like, who's this guy think he is? And it also let me look at Brett Favre like, here is a guy who absolutely has never been told no. Since he was in Mississippi, they saw talent in him and have been kissing this guy's ass since he was 15 years old. He doesn't know the difference. He doesn't know what he's doing is wrong. It's really a good documentary, and it just shows you that no matter how old you get and how much money you have, you still continue to be a scumbag if you're a scumbag. It's crazy.
It's interesting because you get to hear the story from people that were there, that experienced it, and people that were involved in it, and not just hearsay or not articles that try and hype it up and this that. And it makes you go, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain things where you're like, oh, okay, that's weird.
Didn't you just assume that she was banging him or she was trying to get him?
Yeah, you figured there was something involved with her. And never met the guy.
And then you assume that she's doing this now because she's making a ton of money off it. I'm selling the picture. She didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
The biggest misconception, she was legit on her way to trying to have a legitimate career in sports.
And she was.
Not just being a pretty face. She had already been writing pretty frequently for Sports Illustrated.
Yep.
She had been posting articles and stuff, and she was on her way to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
all of it got ruined because she got caught up in that which she asked for none of it.
And they just think, oh, it's just a hot chick.
Right.
That's what happened.
It's really and the documentary is about before that, during that, and after that, all the way up into this scandal where he stole his money.
Another weird thing is she is eerily similar looking to Brett Favre's wife.
It's unbelievable.
So there's times where people will see pictures and literally mistake Jen for
his
Brett
wife.
Favre's wife.
Yeah, because they do look a lot alike.
It's like, oh, right here is we see you were sitting on a plane with her. No, that's his wife.
Why if I was going to have an affair, I'd have it with Melanie Martin, because everybody just assumes she's my wife when they see us out together anyway. So, all right, well, there you go, Jen Sturger. We got to take a break. It is the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to the Mike Calta Show. Tell us what you think.
Makes me feel good.
Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Pinellas County working on an accident in the Largo area, southbound Belcher Road at 142nd Avenue. Right lane block there. Crews on the scene as well, so use caution. Give yourself a few extra minutes if that's where you're headed this morning. Howard Franklin Bridge into Tampa, finally a decent drive. That earlier wreck out of your way, and no major delays there. Hillsborough County working on an earlier wreck westbound I-4 at I-75. It's now on the shoulder. Still seeing backups all the way to McIntosh. I'm Monica with traffic.
Your power bill keeps going up year after year. Solar Bear locks in your rate and gives you the first 12 months completely free. Why keep paying more? Go solar with Solar Bear. Visit solarbear.com. That's solarbear.com.
We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Find your path at Hillsborough Community College. HCC offers affordable, flexible options for earning an associate degree or certificate. Our dynamic learning environment offers expert faculty and engaging student life, and our convenient class schedules fit your schedule. Then seamlessly transfer to a four-year university or start your career right away. At HCC, we'll get you there. Register now at hccfl.edu.
The heat is on, and when the heat is on, your AC is on. And when the AC is on, your money is gone. But Solar Bear has a better way to cool down your bills. Go solar now and get 12 months with zero power payments. That's a full year of energy on the house, literally and figuratively. Solar Bear is Florida's trusted solar company, locally owned, going 10 years strong, and backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Stop letting the power company cash in on your summer, and more importantly, stop renting your power from the power companies. Call Solar Bear or visit solarbear.com and own your power before prices rise again.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me. I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around the store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches of my feet stopped hurting, and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit any of our 5 locations throughout Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, and at goodfeet.com.
Mike Calta for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. Believe it or not, Father's Day is right around the corner. And fellas, if you're tired of getting socks, ties, or yet another dozen golf balls, listen up. This year, ask for something that actually matters, the gift of a long, healthy life. Lifeguard Imaging is making that easy with their biggest offer ever for Bone listeners. When you sign up for their legacy program, you get a second membership, perfect for your spouse, a friend, or anyone you care about, for 50% off. Everybody wins with an offer like this. The legacy program gives you early scans that can detect heart disease, cancer, and other silent killers early, giving you time to take action and do something about it. Take the guesswork out of your health. Be proactive versus reactive with what's going on inside your body. Here's a scary stat. In 30% of all heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. But it doesn't have to be that way. Lifeguard Imaging uses high-accuracy CT scans to spot trouble before it starts or it's too late. This deal ends Father's Day, so don't wait. Go to lifeguardimaging.com and sign up today. It could save your life or someone you love. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
It's IDC's most anticipated event of the year. 0% financing for 5 years. That's right. High interest rates have been put on hold at International Diamond Center. Now through June, you can make any purchase and spread your payments out to 2030 without paying a dime in interest. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, earrings, pendants, and our largest selection ever of certified hand-picked diamonds and exclusive designer fashion jewelry. Pick any item, celebrate your love, get the value price you deserve, then spread your payments over 5 years. That $6,000 pair of diamond earrings is just $100 a month. That $12,000 engagement ring is just $200 $100 a month. Everything's affordable with this amazing offer. 0 interest all the way to 2030. There's just one catch. This is a limited time offer just for the month of June. So don't wait. Let IDC help you get the jewelry you've been dreaming of at a price and payment you didn't think was possible anymore. International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more. Mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
Get ready for an unforgettable day on the greens. The first annual Budweiser Folds of Honor Charity Golf Classic is happening Friday, June 28th at the legendary Chichi Rodriguez Golf Club. Enjoy a full day of golf, ice-cold Budweiser, giveaways, and more. Each golfer scores a goodie bag, lunch from Abe's Place, dinner from Fresh Kitchen, and complimentary beverages all day. And don't miss the live auction and a jaw-dropping parachute jump by the SEAL team. Spots are filling fast. Register now at budgolfclassic.com. Play for a cause. Swing for a hero.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Looking for a great lunch combo? Hooters, Surfside Seltzer, Metallica tickets, and JP? Join 1025 The Bone and the JP Show on Friday, June 6th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the original Hooters on Gulf to Bay. JP will be broadcasting live, and he will have your last shot at Metallica tickets. Pre-game with JP at the original Hooters with 1025 The Bone.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Got a burned out light switch or broken outlet or breakers that keep flipping? Just call for a Bolt electrician online at boltelectric.com.
Accidents don't happen between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. And that's exactly why the team at Farah & Farah is available to take your calls 24/7. If you've got questions, they've got answers. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Tampa.
There's no such thing as a fender bender when it comes to motorcycle accidents.
More than 80% of crashes result in catastrophic injuries. Injuries that require experienced attorneys ready to fight for you. We are, and we will.
Farah & Farah, Tampa.
At Advent Health, we know the heart. We've mapped it, modeled it, repaired it, and rehabbed it. We've screened it, strengthened it, and saved it. We know your heart, and we know there's an unstoppable human spirit at the center of it. Learn more about whole person care and find nationally recognized heart care specialists at floridaheartexperts.com.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Carmen here with a big announcement for my friends at Teza. One of the questions I always get is, where can I find Tezas at? Well, you can go to TezaEnergy.com. or go into selected 7-Elevens, liquor depots, and Walmarts around the Bay Area. But now you can find my favorite little mouth pouch on everyone's favorite delivery service, Amazon. You can find all of Tiza's amazing flavors and set up a subscription so you never have to worry about running out. Tiza is a pouch of herbal tea designed to be placed between your cheek and gum and is packed with tea-cut herbs, vitamin B, and caffeine. It was founded and formulated by a medical doctor, so there's no nicotine, no tobacco, and gives you focused energy. Quit smoking, stop vaping, and put down the snacks, all with the help of Tiza. Tiza, why spit when you can swallow?
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
When you hire Bernetti PA for your injury case, we make the process easy for you to monitor. We provide you our app so that you can monitor your case at any time. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
If you're looking to buy jewelry, you know there's only one place to go, and that is the Gold and Diamond Source. Summer's here, and it's a perfect time to shine with the exquisite June birthstones, which are pearl, alexandrite, and moonstone. Each gemstone carries its own unique significance and style, making them perfect for any summer occasion. And you can celebrate the milestone at the Gold and Diamond Source to the 30th anniversary with the timeless beauty of pearl, the traditional stone for the special occasion. At the Gold and Diamond Source right now, you can enjoy 5 years of interest-free financing. You can own a stunning $5,000 ring and pay only $83 a month with zero interest over the next 5 years. And if you prefer to shop online, you can go to goldendiamondsource.com and get 15% off the June birthstone, including pearl, alexandrite, and moonstone. The perfect opportunity to add a touch of summer sparkle to your collection. Now is the perfect time to buy because your gold and diamond piece will never lose its value. You can always trade up in the future. So if you're looking for jewelry, bracelets, watches, whatever you need, you get it all in one place, the Gold and Diamond Source. Make this summer unforgettable and visit the Gold and Diamond Source today.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start June 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Progressive understands that bond between you and your boat. But imagine if something happened to it. Without the boat, you're just Tina with too much boat knowledge. Sure, it's helpful on the water, but with no boat, you're someone who talks way too much about knots, and no one cares what a jib is anyway. Boat Tina could get away with it because she has a boat. So make sure your boat is insured. Get Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer, and then go back to being you, Tina, who owns a boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Toyota.com. This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Variable clouds again today. In fact, today looks a lot like yesterday weather-wise. 70% on the rain chance with a high in the mid-80s. Damp and mild tonight with a low temperature in the mid-70s. And very warm and humid for Thursday with a 60% rain chance. Tomorrow's highs, upper 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
Everything you got. You keep on dancing and the rhythm gets hot. You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy.
9:14 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 1025 The Bone. 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. We almost had a Category 5 disaster here in the last break. Carmen.
Yes. Oh.
We're listening to commercials. We're sitting here getting ready to come back. And I go to hit the button and put it in queue so I could hear it a little louder, and the entire board just went, just shut down and went black.
You need to stop touching stuff.
All the light. I didn't do. The only thing is, I pushed the button I have to push.
Yeah, stop doing it. You're doing something.
I feel like it was something you did.
Right. It's something else.
He gained a bunch of electricity as he was walking on the carpet and stuff. And
something.
The only thing that I think that it could have been is I had the queue button all the way up. I didn't know, and when I hit it, I think it may have been too loud and it overpowered the system and shut it down. If that's a thing, I don't know, but that's the only thing that I did. And it shut down, and the panic mode that we went into, I was underneath the desk. Galvin's pulling wires.
It was funny, too, because you called Dylan, the one engineer, and it went to his voicemail. And then Gio calls Mike, the other engineer, and I just hear him start laughing.
Yeah. We're like, our board went out. He just laughs.
Yeah. But he also laughed and calmly told us exactly what to do. And we're like, yep, back on.
Cernak's the best.
Yeah.
He's a very calming voice in troubled times.
I hear Gio go, we don't know what happened. Mike just sat down, hit the cue button, everything went off, and I hear.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Do we know there's not any chocolate milk that's been spilled in there or anything?
Nope. Nothing
nefarious?
Nothing's ever been spilled on this board. This board's in good
Jinxed it.
Right. I've been taking extra special care of this baby.
Yes, thank you, Mike Cernak, for promptly answering the phone
Very
call.
Nice. Holy cow. All right, we all got to take a break now. No,
yeah, we should take a nap.
We're good.
All right, yeah, we're good. I'll tell you what we do have to do. It's a little late, but ladies and gentlemen, a brand new open letter from Galvin.
And now, an open letter from Galvin. This is an open letter to death. Dear Death, seriously? So death is scary, and no one wants to talk about it. But guess what? It's happening. It happens every day. Approximately 150,000 people per day die worldwide. It's scary because we don't know when it's our time to go, what happens after, or how we're going to go. Me, personally, I'm hoping for something nice, like being smothered by the naked bodies of my wife, Penelope Cruz, and Eva Mendes. But it could be by repeatedly being stabbed in a prison cell, and then being repeatedly stabbed with a knife also in a prison cell, if you know what I mean. Nobody wants to die in a dumb, embarrassing, or brutal way, but it happens all the time. We just talked about the 19-year-old girl that unhooked her harness while parasailing. We hear about people that get eaten by gators, wrong-way drivers, bar fights, a ref gets shot at a kid's basketball game. There's so many different ways to die. I'm always worried about dying in an embarrassing way. I mean, I'm dead, and I'm assuming I won't know about it. But what if you do? What if you get to wherever you're going after you die, and then they separate you by how you die? Let's see. It says that you were having alone time. Someone rang your doorbell, and in a panic, you pulled your shorts up, and you tripped, fell, and broke your neck, and then your family came home to find you naked, ass up, on the family room floor. By the way, when you trip, the remote to the TV fell and switched the channel to gay porn. So according to your family, that is what you were watching when you died, and no one's ever going to believe that happened on accident. So now you're stuck with all the people that died in weird, embarrassing ways. Just a whole bunch of dopes that got crushed by vending machines because they were trying to shake their Funyuns loose. You look over and see Whitney Houston, who died and drowned in a bathtub. Or thousands of people with a giant hole in their head whose last words were, "It's not even loaded. Watch." I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and this has been an open letter to death.
All right, couple of things.
Sure.
I, too, want to die being smothered by Eva Mendes, Penelope Cruz, and your wife.
No.
Thank you. I almost died one time. I've talked about this on the show. I was in my underwear eating a public sub watching WWE wrestling.
What a way to go.
I breathe in and a piece of the sub got stuck in my throat. And as I'm choking, I go, this is how they're going to find me. Fat, naked, and watching wrestling, eating a sub.
He died how he lived.
He died how he lived. That and, so I was reading a story last night about, do you know what, I don't even know what it is, Yandex? Have you ever heard of that?
Yandex?
It's like the Russian Google. I might be saying it wrong.
I have heard that.
I never heard of it until yesterday. So anyway, I was reading the story. Scientists in Russia claim that they have been able to figure out what happens after you die to your soul or spirit or whatever you want to call it. And this makes some sense. So they say in science that our galaxy, or that not our galaxy, but space is ever expanding. Okay. So they say when you die, they can trace your soul. If they can go fast enough, they can trace your soul and find out where it goes.
Okay.
And that they finally are fast enough to trace the soul, and they traced it to another galaxy that was 2.4 billion light years away, and that it went there. And now they can't tell what's going on, but it went over there.
Yeah.
What if that's the case? If when you die, your soul goes in somewhere else, and that's why the galaxy keeps expanding. That's why the space keeps expanding.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope there's something.
Yeah, there could be so many different things. We have no idea. You could be living in another galaxy. We could be living multiple lives right now, like the multiverse. You could have so many different things.
Yeah.
Or you could just be dead in a box. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea. I don't know. I started watching that mortician thing we talked about earlier on the show, and it started making me think about death and all the different stuff that we don't know. We have no idea.
I know, but it just seems to me, disappointingly, that we're organic and that when we die, we just shrivel up and become worm food.
My thing that I was really thinking about was, because they were having people that would get buried, but then having people that would be cremated. What if you know? What if you can see and feel and hear everything, but you can't respond at all? And then they just put you in fire.
Or in a box.
Yeah, or in a box.
And stick you in the ground.
And then you're just stuck in the ground.
Buried alive. I can't think of anything worse.
But think about it. Everybody's buried alive. So at night in that cemetery, you're
Yeah.
I mean, there's...
they used to put a string with a bell.
I know.
So if you were, they'd be able to ring the bell.
Luckily, when I watched Kill Bill, I learned if I do the thing, I can punch my way
right
out.
through the top.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning. Hey, what happened to you and Mr. Kelly with the Calta and Kelly? I noticed there hadn't been any episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, we really did that during the pandemic, and then after the pandemic, when Bobby went back out on the road and I started doing gigs and stuff, we didn't really have the time to do it. We were doing it every night. We did do one a couple of weeks ago on a Saturday, just an off day, an offshoot one. He was in L.A. and I was here, and we just did one, but we can't do it on a regular basis because we don't have the time.
I miss him. That's all. I watched that one, and I enjoyed him, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you, and I'm sure we'll do some more in the future.
By the way, Yandex is what you're talking about.
Yandex, yeah. That was our one Calta and Kelly fan. Yeah. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning. Hello. Good. How are you doing? I just have two quick questions. One for Galvin, one for Carmen.
Galvin,
I noticed.
Questions?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Galvin's listening.
Okay, Carmen. I was wondering about her nationality because she is like me, and I always notice her talking with her hands.
She's Korean.
And
Yep.
And I'm not Italian, but I do the same thing as she does. So I was just wondering what nationality are you? Are you Italian, Carmen?
I do not want to disclose that information on
Oh, what is that all about?
That's
kidding.
sounds very racist.
No, I'm a lot like Irish. I'm very mixed. I'm a little bit of everything, but I'm from Michigan, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But
Not a lot of Italian.
I'm no Italian. I am mutt. I'm a mutt.
I thought you were mostly. I thought you were mostly Mexican.
I'm only a quarter.
Oh, I don't know.
My
All
grandma's
right.
full. My dad's a half. So
Oh,
I
okay.
have a little pinch in there, but yeah, no. For the most part, I'm like, there's nothing solid. in
Little
me.
spicy pinch.
Yeah.
All right. Hope that. And what was your question for Galvin?
For Galvin, have you heard of the Dorothy?
Have I heard of the what?
She's one. Dorothy.
You know,
She
Dorothy.
is a rock woman. Have you ever heard anything by her?
Dorothy?
She's like a rock band, I guess.
I'm serious. No, just her.
Galvin is the meanest person alive.
Well, I mean, have you ever heard of Dorothy?
Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
No, seriously.
Rock band.
Yeah, I know who she
well,
is.
Just check it out.
Yeah, no, I know who
Okay,
she is.
all
But
right.
I mean,
All right, thank you. This is getting to be too much.
Just trying to give you some suggestions in case you're looking.
Yep.
Medicine Man, did you get your tickets yet?
Not yet.
What's your GoFundMe up to?
180.
Well, that should be enough to get you in.
Oh, he wants Pitt.
Yeah,
He's not in Gen. He don't want to be on
Everybody
Gen Pop.
wants it, including me.
Yeah, well, I'll be in the pit.
Man, I was sick.
I'll see you in the pit, I guess.
talk to Craig Grass
I
on
was sick the
Friday.
last
He's going to have an
couple
extra
days
pit
from
pass.
food poisoning.
You have food poisoning?
Yeah, Publish's greasy fried chicken got to me.
Why do you think it's always you that always has food poisoning? You think maybe it's something you're
I
doing?
know other people I know I talk to shop at the same store get the same feeling from eating their chicken too.
No, I don't think so. I think it's your 70-year-old guts.
Yeah, I think it may have been because you left it out back for 10 days and then picked at it again.
Yeah, I'd love to see how
No,
properly
I
your
eat it-
refrigerator
I only
works.
went 2 days in the refrigerator. You know, cook it. You know, it's only 8 pieces. I only can eat so much in a day. I can't eat the whole goddamn box.
Right. Well, hey, listen. Are you going to take the $180 and buy tickets, or what are you going to do?
It's going towards it.
No, but you have. I mean, it's probably not going to gain any steam. You're not going to get much more than that. So, what are you going to do?
I know. I mean, I have somebody do it online for me or something like that. Because technically, I can't do it on my phone because my phone's been hacked a couple of times.
All right.
Maybe use that 180 to go see Dorothy.
Medicine Man, I'll have you know that.
I'm determined for Metallica.
All right, listen to me. I'm going to hang up on you, and then I'm going to take a break, and then when I come back, I'm going to give away Metallica tickets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike.
Yes.
Hello,
yes.
Mike.
Hello, sir.
This is Donald.
Okay.
How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good, Donald. How are you?
Oh, I'm really good. I'm a huge fan. I listen to you every morning.
Thank you, Donald.
And guess what? I love Carmen.
Okay.
Without Carmen, the show wouldn't be the same without Carmen.
No, the show wouldn't be the same without any of us. It would be a different show.
I got you, man.
All right. Well, I'm glad we agree on everything.
I love
yeah.
I love you guys, man.
You know Dorothy? Thank you, Donald.
Do you remember earlier whenever you touched the board and it shut down? Could you do that again? Is that possible? Yeah. You remember what you did?
Let me try one more. Oh. Mike Calta, show hello.
Hey, how are you guys doing this morning?
Good, man. What's happening?
Hey, I heard you earlier saying that you've been waiting for like 2 weeks for your bananas to ripen for banana bread.
Well, it takes a while for the bananas to rot, is what I was saying.
Well, okay. Well, I understand that. Well, coming from another fluffy guy, put it in the oven for about 15 minutes on like 200, and they'll ripen quicken, and you can make it. You can have it today.
Oh, see, that's good to know. Thank you, sir. See, fellow fat guys sticking together. Thank you, pal. All right,
ask
listen.
the internet that.
I love baking tips.
I'm not part of the process, but I don't know if my wife knows. I'll be happy to pass that
Give
along.
it to Medicine Man. He'll spoil them.
He's got a touch. He just touches it and they turn brown. Oh, my God. Metallica, 2 nights, Friday night, Sunday night, this weekend. Friday night, you got Ice Nine Kills, Limp Bizkit, and Metallica. Saturday, they're going to be around town doing stuff as Metallica takes over Tampa. And then Sunday, back at Raymond James Stadium for another show with Pantera and don't tell me Pantera and Jesus Christ, we just talked about it. Suicidal tendencies. Damn it. All happening this weekend. I have your tickets. I'm going to take a break, come back, and we'll give away those tickets next. And another opportunity for you to win $1,000 coming up at 10 o'clock. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. 102.5 The Bone, where the Lightning play. We are the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Pinellas County has an accident westbound Gulf to Bay Boulevard. It's at McMullen Booth Road. Left lane block there. It's affecting Courtney Campbell Causeway traffic into Pinellas County. Just keep that in mind if that's where you're headed. Also a wreck in Largo, southbound Belcher Road at 142nd. That's now in the clearing stages. Still seeing some onlooker slowdowns. Hillsborough County had an earlier wreck. Westbound I-4 at I-75. That's on the shoulder. Still seeing backups past McIntosh. Avoid that if you can. I'm Monica with traffic.
After you've been injured at no fault of your own, you shouldn't be stuck footing the medical bills or dealing with lost wages. Farah and Farah's accident attorneys are here to make it easy. Contact Farah and Farah, 1-800-500-5555, farahandfarah.com. Make it a Farah fight, Tampa.
Hey, it's Captain Zach Stern from Tampa Bay Fishing Radio. It's heating up, and I'm not just talking about the weather. I'm talking about Rivard Buick GMC's quest to be the #1 GMC dealer in the country. With the help of customers from Tampa Bay and all over the state trusting Rivard for the purchase of their new vehicle, they're closer than ever to that #1 spot. To ensure Rivard Buick GMC gets that #1 spot, they have over 1,000 vehicles in stock and the biggest discounts they've ever had, like up to $14,000 off MSRP on new Sierras. Visit RivardBuickGMC.com today and take advantage of their hunt to be #1. GMC, we are professional grade.
Mike Calta for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. Believe it or not, Father's Day is right around the corner. And fellas, if you're tired of getting socks, ties, or yet another dozen golf balls, listen up. This year, ask for something that actually matters, the gift of a long, healthy life. Lifeguard Imaging is making that easy with their biggest offer ever for Bone listeners. When you sign up for their legacy program, you get a second membership, perfect for your spouse, a friend, or anyone you care about, for 50% off. Everybody wins with an offer like this. The legacy program gives you early scans that can detect heart disease, cancer, and other silent killers early, giving you time to take action and do something about it. Take the guesswork out of your health. Be proactive versus reactive with what's going on inside your body. Here's a scary stat. In 30% of all heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. But it doesn't have to be that way. Lifeguard Imaging uses high-accuracy CT scans to spot trouble before it starts or it's too late. This deal ends Father's Day, so don't wait. Go to lifeguardimaging.com and sign up today. It could save your life or someone you love. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar tonight, 7 p.m. Tampa AC Hotel by Marriott, 4020 West Boy Scout Boulevard, 1-800-875-PASS, CamtechSchool.com.
If you want great food, cold beer, and a reason to get off the couch, Hooters has it locked down this summer. Start with their Buffalo Shrimp Special. 10 shrimp tossed in whatever sauce you're craving, plus a pile of fries, and it won't crush your wallet either. Or switch it up. Hit the tacos. 3 options. Shrimp tacos, mahi tacos if you're feeling fancy, or chicken tender tacos if you're staying landlocked. And yeah, they throw in curly fries or tots because they actually know what you want. Now, let's talk beer. Big Daddy mugs of Bud or Bud Light, just $6. Mick Ultra, $6.50, or just go big with buckets, 5 for $25. They have 11 locations in the Tampa Bay area, and everybody loves Hooters. Plus, they have 2 new locations coming this summer. Go to originalhooters.com to find the location near you. Stop by Hooters and make sure you tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Life is busy. Luckily, Racetrack's here to keep you on track every day.
Running around and the time makes you nervous. Are you still a mom or just a taxi service?
With ice-cold drinks, hot pizza, freshly ground coffee, and even Swirl World frozen yogurt for the kids.
The schedule is packed with things that they have to do, but with so much to choose from, you'll find something for you.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
Racetrack's gonna get you through.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
The heat is on, and when the heat is on, your AC is on, and when your AC is on, your money is gone. Power companies love it, but Solar Bear says enough is enough. Stop renting your power from the power companies. Go solar now and own your power and get your first 12 months completely free. That's 0 power payments for an entire year. Solar Bear is Florida's local solar expert, not some national chain. With over a decade of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews, they're the name you can trust. Call Solar Bear today or visit solarbear.com and start saving before your next bill shows up.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through June 30th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now with Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Tampa, St. Pete, Lakeland, Sarasota. If you're listening to me now and you're looking for expert construction services, you got to check out my friends at Waterman Construction Group. They're the go-to for commercial and residential projects, from demolition to new HVAC to patio, pavers, driveways. They do it all. They got you covered. And whether it's a new build, a remodel, a manufactured home set, or storm repair, I know storm repair is very important right now. Waterman Construction handles your entire project from start to finish. Now you're thinking, how do I know I can trust them? What do they do? Well, what sets them apart is 25 years of expertise, quality craftsmanship, personalized service, honest and transparent pricing, and guaranteed same-day response. You ever try to call somebody and you can't get a hold of them? You got a guaranteed same-day response from Waterman Construction. These guys are just good people who are always giving back to the community. What you need to do is visit them at watermanconstructiongroup.com. That is watermanconstructiongroup.com. Or you can give them a call and talk to them at 813-715-7383. If you're looking to get some storm repair done, or if you're looking to do some new construction, or if you have some ugly seashells in your bathroom like we do and you want to get rid of them, watermanconstructiongroup.com. Waterman Construction, your vision is their mission. Tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show.
Chances are good that while you're listening to this, there are no named storms in the Atlantic Ocean or the Gulf of Mexico. Now is the time to get your roof looked at and make sure it's going to protect you and your family. Universal Roof and Contracting will give you a free roof inspection. Just go to universalroof.com. They'll also give you 15% off roof replacement and repairs if you need them. They've been in business for 32 years. You can trust them. universalroof.com for Universal Roof and Contracting.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
O'Reilly. You need parts? We got parts. Product availability? Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for $10 more, or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Experience the summer of music with Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. You could win tickets to some of the biggest shows of the year, including Thomas Rhett, The Weeknd, Jason Aldean, or you could win one of dozens of Neutral prizes like coolers and hats. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Just visit any participating Circle K location in Florida and scan the QR code on the Neutral Summer of Music poster to enter.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
SunToyota.com. This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Variable clouds again today. In fact, today looks a lot like yesterday weather-wise. 70% on the rain chance with a high in the mid-80s. Damp and mild tonight with a low temperature in the mid-70s. And very warm and humid for Thursday with a 60% rain chance. Tomorrow's highs, upper 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We now return to the Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
.38 of the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Chance to win $1,000. The Bone bonus keyword is coming up at 10 o'clock. Right now is your opportunity to win tickets to go see this band this weekend at Raymond James Stadium. 2 nights, Metallica, Friday night and Sunday night. You'll have your choice of tickets. Do you remember when they used to force us to play music on this show, and then like towards the very end, when we knew we were going to talk, we used to just put on Metallica whenever we wanted to?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I used to, Galvin, before you got here, I think. I don't know if I still did it when you got here because I used to get in trouble for it a lot. Whenever we would play Pink Floyd in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Us.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
And them. I'd go, we just got 6 minutes of somebody going to sleep on their way to work. Nobody wants to hear this on their way to work. So I'd follow it up with a Ramones song afterwards just to make sure everybody was awake. I'd play it. Every time I played Pink Floyd, I'd play the Ramones right
Wake 'em up.
afterwards. And boy, did I get yelled at every day for that. I'm such a rebel. I want to remind you, right before the Metallica came on, the air conditioning kicked on in here, and it was so cool in here. And I thought, I got to remind everybody, if your AC is not kicking on and not cooling your house as much as it should be, and as much as your electric bill is, you might need to get an AC system check done. And right now, Superheat and Air is doing it for just $29. If they come on out and they do the clean and tune on your unit, get you all ready for summer, you're good. $29 in and out. If it turns out you need to repair for some reason, maybe you're not getting the air blowing as cold as it should, they'll come out there and fix whatever the problem is and put that $29 towards your repair, whatever you have. And they could do it all in the same day. They come out there in the same day, and they come out with fully stocked trucks. So if they need parts, they got it on the truck already. You don't have to wait. You're not sitting there in your house with no no air for 3 days. They got it all done in the same day. I know. I have them come out here all the time. I have 3 units. I have them serviced a lot, and these guys have been great. They send trained professional HVAC technicians out here, and Superheat and Air also does plumbing. So if you need plumbing work, they can do that as well. They have plumbers on staff since they combine with ABC Plumbing. So you really have Superheat and Air and plumbing. You can find it all at superheatandair.com. Book your $29 AC system check now. Get it done before it gets super, super hot for many, many months, and get in shape and get this place nice and cool like it is in here where the Penguins live. It's superheatandair.com. Hit them up and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. Now, Galvin.
Yes.
You will be going to 2 nights of Metallica.
I will. Yeah,
I will be going to 1 night of Metallica.
Yeah.
You are not. All right. It's planned that I'm going for 1 night of Metallica. I'm not going to lie to you. I was out there during the break, and I was like, I don't know.
Now, earlier in the show, you were locked in. You
Guaranteed.
75% chance you were 100% going to be there.
75, 100.
Right. It was very Yogi Berra statistics.
And we pointed out that it was Wednesday, and you still get to Friday. Now you haven't got to the end of the show.
I actually think that because it's Wednesday, by Friday, I'll be excited to go.
Okay.
I think that's the case.
Usually that's not the case with you, but I'm willing to believe that. Like usually it's downhill. You're at the top now.
Right.
It's never really keep going. It's usually
if I talk to Craig Gass and he's excited, it'll get me excited.
Oh, well,
And
you know he's excited.
Well, that's the thing, and it seems like he's already excited. And if I go, Craig, have you ever been to 2001 Odyssey? Do you want to go there after the show? That might be something we could do. That might be
So
something.
now you're going to Metallica and a strip club?
Yeah.
If I'm out, I'm out. If I'm out, I'm out. If I'm out, I'm out.
I mean, I'm sure with an entire stadium of people, nobody else is thinking about going to the strip club that's right across the street.
Do you think I care if it's packed? I don't care. You don't think they're going to have enough girls in there on Metallica night to make sure it's a fun place to be?
You do love crowds.
I don't love crowds. I love crowds of naked women.
Yes.
Some guy on Facebook called me a grade A pervert today, and I was like, sir, I don't know if you're trying to insult me or not, but you got that from me.
Yeah.
I'm the one who says it. Can I tell you something? I don't even know if I could say this. I saw something on the live webcams yesterday that I can't unsee.
You're seeing a lot of stuff on those webcams. A lot of time on those webcams.
I can't unsee it.
Compared to what you saw a couple days ago?
I mean,
where things were
that was pretty
Same
good.
area.
Projectiles?
Oh, no.
Same area.
Okay.
I mean, I know the name for it. I just can't say it. Yeah. It's a very attractive, young, skinny, blonde girl. And
defying the laws of gravity?
Nope. She was going like this. I have to do hand gestures. in the
right.
What?
Right?
Wait, can you do it more? Could you stand up a little?
Yeah. No. Why? Are you enjoying this?
Well, I just can't see what you're doing.
Where do you think I'm doing it?
I don't know. If you stood up, I might be able to see better.
You get it? You get it now?
I get it.
Okay. She was doing that, and then all of a sudden, it went like this, and then came in.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like,
see a doctor.
I almost called the surgeon. I almost called 911. I was like, this girl's going to die.
And this is live.
And I went,
That's pro.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Literally the whole reason he's going.
I said I can't say it.
I thought it was a medical term.
The one time Joe's mic works, he just right.
As clear as day into the microphone for the first time in 20 years.
Usually just
Hey, I've
mumbling,
never had to be dumped. That's my first one.
mumbling in the corner.
Yeah.
Let the adults handle the stuff.
All right.
Let's give away these Metallica tickets. I'm just going to pick a line at random. This is Tom. Tom, good morning. How are you, sir?
Idiot.
Oh, my God. It's Tom from Bradenton. How you doing?
Tom, don't be nervous, Tom. This is your chance. You can win tickets to go see Metallica. Galvin, what do we got for Tom?
All right, Tom, I am going to give you 3 songs. One is a real Metallica song. You have to tell me which one is the real one. If you get 3 of them, you're going to win. All right? So your first 3 are Sweet Amber, Vultures of Steel, Eye of the Machine. Which one is the real Metallica song?
Say again.
Sweet Amber, Vultures of Steel, Eye of the Machine.
Vultures of Steel.
Wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Can I guess?
Sure.
Eye of the Machine?
No.
Sweet Amber?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that Sweet Amber?
Sure. Good one.
You nailed it. Nailed it, Gia.
Great one.
Ryan, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta show. How are you?
How you doing, sir?
All right, Ryan, here we go. I'm going to turn you over to Galvin. You're going to try and win Metallica tickets. Here we go.
All right, Ryan, I'm going to give you 3 songs. You tell me which one is the real Metallica song. Is it Phantom Burn, Beneath the Iron Sky, or The Weight?
Beneath the
No.
Sorry.
Taking
It is
too long.
not Beneath the Iron Sky. It is not The Weight. It's the other one.
Oh, you're terrible.
I know. I don't know.
You got to be a real fan
Yeah. Well,
to win this.
I don't think you're going.
Sam, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta show.
He's not.
Good morning, guys.
All right, Sam, you're on with Galvin. Here we go.
All right, Sam, got to get the real Metallica song. I'll give you 3. You pick which one is the real Metallica song. Is it Doom Engine, Thorn Within, Serpent's Oath?
Thorn Within.
Thorn Within is correct. Very nice. All right. Got to get 2 more. Here we go. Next round. Poor Twisted Me, Reckoning Hour, Purge the Silence.
Poor Twisted Me.
That is correct.
Oh, boy.
One more, and you're in for it. Here we go. Is it The Forgotten Bell, The Day That Never Comes, Bury the Signal?
The Day That Never Comes.
Wow, this guy knew.
There you go.
Congratulations, sir.
Yeah.
You're a real fan.
Oh, my God.
All right. You got now, Carmen, which tickets do we have?
So he can pick Friday or Sunday.
Friday or Sunday, sir. Friday night with Ice Nine Kills and Limp Bizkit, or Sunday with Suicidal Tendencies and Pantera. Which show would you like to go
choice is
to?
clear.
I'm going to knock off Limp Bizkit and Metallica.
There you go. All right, Carmen. I'm going to put them on hold, and you got your ticket, sir. Here you go. Hold on. Congratulations. Good for you.
He knows. He
Friday,
knows.
right?
He wants
usually
Friday.
Yeah.
So that means I'll have a pair to give away tomorrow. I'll have maybe multiple pairs to give away on Friday. I don't want to leave with any left. So whatever we have on Friday, I'm blowing out. I don't care if I have to do a pair every hour. And then JP will be live from Hooters in Clearwater, the original Hooters, and he will be giving away pairs out there as he does a liquid lunch and a live broadcast out there. Anybody planning on going out there? I don't know if I can because my daughter has this whole summer is just going to suck. Volleyball, you know how it goes.
Yeah. No,
I got to run around town.
Galvin did the list of excuses yesterday. The day before yesterday.
What'd you have?
Kid was a top one.
About you going out to
the
CJP. You think you're going all the way to Clearwater to CJP, then you're going to Metallica. And so you're
I said I'm not going.
You're not going where?
I'm not going to Hooters.
Yeah, you
Or
were.
Metallica.
No. What I was saying was I'd like to go to the Hooters, but I don't think I can.
I was saying kid is always the ultimate.
Right.
excuse.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
ever checks you on that.
Yeah.
one.
Well, but my
Diarrhea also.
Or diarrhea.
I am not going. I will be napping at that time.
my daughter has volleyball, and I have to go pick her up.
Yeah.
That sucks. Because that's up by like USF.
No.
I'm not going to Metallica.
No,
Too much-
nobody
too
thought
much
you were.
going on.
No, nobody thought you were.
I do have more tickets. I will give them away tomorrow. All you people that are calling for them now.
By the way, so Friday Metallica, Sunday Metallica, Saturday night, Yellow UFC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, UFC 316. Some good ones on there.
Hold on, Gillen. I'm getting
Text from Metallica saying, we won't see you.
I got a text from Apple saying that my card was just used.
Oh, where's your son?
Sleeping, I'm sure.
Does it say it's from the tavern?
No, it's from some weird thing. I don't know what it is.
Is it a reoccurring thing?
No, it was only $30, but it said, "Hey, we have a weird charge. Was this you?" And I'm sitting here and Joey's sleeping, so no.
Webcams, OnlyFans.
I don't pay for any of that.
I'm just putting it all out there.
Interesting. All right, I'll go ahead and dive deep into this. In the meantime, I want to suggest that you all find us on Instagram at the Mike Calta Show. If you want to follow us, like us, look at pictures, do whatever you got to do. Thank you to Jen Sturger for joining us on the show today. Watch that documentary. Have you watched it yet?
I have.
Yeah, it's good.
Really good.
And it's quick and it's an easy watch. It's not like it's dragging you down. And you can't help but feel bad for her. I think the problem is that she's so positive and she's still kind of doing her thing that you don't feel sad. But when you look at it, you're like, yeah, she did totally get screwed on this deal.
The crazy thing is the whole thing, we knew all these things happened. Like, they were all in the news. They were all covered. But when you put it all together, you're like, this guy is really a scumbag.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing is, like, nothing comes out of it that you're shocked by because we knew everything that was in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of, oh, yeah, he did do that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never sent a girl an unsolicited picture of anything. I've never even sent her a picture of my face and be like, hey, how you doing? Never.
Imagine she had already turned you down countless times.
Right, yeah.
And then you're like, you know what, time to really go in.
No, she hasn't seen this yet.
Yeah.
And show her my unflattering picture of my flaccid penis.
Right, like if you had a real piece
I
on
do.
you.
Oh, I mean, I have one good picture where it makes it look fantastic.
No, but I'm saying like you're
You
like,
want to see it?
she hasn't seen this.
Yeah.
You know.
She doesn't return my phone calls.
Doesn't
Won't answer my
answer my
messages.
DMs.
Yeah.
Maybe this will finally reel her in.
Yeah. Does look like a fishing pole.
Carmen, I'm going to send you 3D pics. See if you can pick out which one's mine.
Okay.
Then we'll bring it right to HR. Thank you to Jen Sturger for joining us on the show today. The Untold, The Fall of Favre is on Netflix. Go watch it. Tomorrow is Thursday. We'll do the Open Letter Rewind in the morning. I'll have more Metallica tickets to give away. Cody Tucker will join us on the show. Friday on the program, Craig Fitzsimmons will be here.
Yep. Oh.
And that's it. What?
Craig Gass just texted me.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I don't want to tell you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. See you Friday. Have a great day. The after show with Johnny B is up next. Goodbye.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. I said, I'm a fool. I'm an old, fat, stupid fool. That's why.
What's really going on in your life?
Let's shoot Uma in the vagina.
Mike, why are you doing this?
Cal, I have to go.
Oh, yeah. Faux shiz, genuine. What's up, homie?
Bushy.
Bye.
Shoot that thing, fat baby.
Eat me, Grayson.
Go smash your fruit in the hole.
I cried a little bit. You called me a monkey. You're funny.
I love you, Spanish.
Check your panties.
Come down for moose soup after.
I don't even know. How do I make something funny? I don't even.
Can you hear that whistle?
Next time you lose.
Fatty McFat.
My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's till I was 14.
Mike!
Show daddy your mean face.
Ooh, so scared, chubby wubby.
That's it. It's over. That's all for today. Thanks for listening to the Mike Calta Show. Surfside Seltzer presents JP's Metallica Liquid Lunch. Join JP and the Bone Friday, June 6th as we pregame for Metallica with a live broadcast at the original Hooters in Clearwater. And if you didn't get your tickets yet, sorry for your luck, loser. Just kidding.
You hooked me up with tickets to the show.
We have tickets. JP will have 3 pair of last-minute Metallica tickets for you to win on site. So, obviously, you need to call off work. Just tell your boss JP said it's cool and head to the original Hooters in Clearwater. Meet JP, Monica, and Dizzy. Drink some Surfside Seltzers, and you might just win some Metallica tickets.
This is James from Metallica. Hey, win your tickets.
JP's Metallica Liquid Lunch with a live broadcast at the original Hooters in Clearwater. We'll see you there. 102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Tampa.
At Brandon Honda, get 0 down, 0 security deposit, 0 first payment, 0 do-it signing. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Get a brand new Pilot for just $399 per month, new passports just $329 per month, or get a new HRV for an incredible $149 per month. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Visit BrandonHonda.com to get your best price and payments right online. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-279-1222 for more information.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more. Mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
At Bernetti PA, if you've been injured in an accident, we make it quick, easy, and convenient to hire us. You can rest assured that somebody is on your side. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Hey, what's up? It's Gio. You know, some of the best money moves, you don't always hear about them. They're not flashy. They're not trending on social media. Sometimes they're quiet, they're smart, they're calculated, and they're consistent. And that's exactly what Trajan Wealth can help you do. They're fiduciary advisors. They don't just manage your investments. They help you build a strategy that's going to fit your goals, your timeline, and your lifestyle. Whether it's rolling over an old 401k, prepping for retirement, or just figuring out what the heck you want to do next, they've got you. And the best part is Trajan Wealth, they're not just another firm. They're family owned. Their fiduciary advisors don't work on commission, and there's no hidden fees. Just honest, transparent planning that's going to fit your lifestyle. Give them a call today at 813-550-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule a free consultation. That's 813-550-1000 or TRAJANWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor paid advertisement.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Breaking summer news. All the rooms at the Sky Beach Resort for the Bone Summer Beach Bash are completely sold out. But good news, you can still come out and party for free. Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash. An entire weekend of awesome events and hanging out with all your favorite people from the Bone. Plus, it's absolutely free to get in. It's all happening July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete, a bayfront oasis with a private beach at the southernmost tip of St. Petersburg in the Skyway District. No matter what you do, don't miss the Bone Summer Beach Bash. Presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw summer. Stream your favorite shows at theboneonline.com. Download the free Bone app or catch us on the TuneIn app. 102.5 The Bone. Available everywhere. Real Raw Radio. Guys with ponytails, girls that think they're models, people that don't know how to Google something, and of course, ventriloquists. No one is safe when it comes to an open letter from Galvin.
Seriously?
Hear a brand new open letter from Galvin live every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on the Mike Calta Show. And go check out all the past open letters from Galvin at theboneonline.com. Sponsored by Zero Res. Zero Res. All they leave is clean. 102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
I'm about to whip somebody's arm.
And now it's the Mike Calta After Show. With your host, Johnny B.
That's how smooth sailing from here on
We're doing it. Good morning, everybody. It's Mike Calta After Show. I am Johnny B. It's 102.5 The Bone. It is Wednesday, another gloomy day here in Tampa Bay. Be used to it all week long, if not for the next few months. It's just going to be the same weather patterns. It's going to be usually sunny and then rainy and 70% chance of wet balls and all the stuff. And, oh, is there a hurricane coming? Shut up, bitch. What are you going to do? Not live your life? Hold on real fast.
Here we go, Bone fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
Fly. This hour's keyword is fly. F-L-Y. Fly on over to the 1025 The Bone app and enter the keyword fly before 30 minutes past the top of the hour. And that $1,000 Bone Bonus could be yours!